Y'all know what time it is. Time for what? Time for what? Time for what? Time for what? This, that, what? This, that, what? Time for what? Time for what? This, that, what? This, that, what? We coming to vent on current events. Challz, TJ, and Flizz, people loving the gents. What a debate opinions of the brothers. Know your lovers love us, cuz us talk ish and live in color. Every Wednesday, be getting it in at 9 p.m. Tap in, my friends, sliding right with them gems. Hip hop debate start 'em like engine gens. These mics powerful, been said again and again. Legit articles round the globe, and it depends on what's brought up and who can go pen for pen. Popping left with the guest, spicy talking the script. Back and forth, him to him, going flip for flip. Join into the excellent realm you stepped in. Catch a wreck and get it lit in the comment section. Tell somebody something that you might have heard. What? What? Spread the word.
Oh boy, that's a new intro, the brand new smash.
Yes, sir.
Brand new smash hit by AKA Fred Flizz Stone, Mr. Anonymous Flizz. He blessed us with the new intro to the what? Let me know if y'all can hear us in the comments. That is fresh off the press. He literally within the hour sent me that.
And you put that together before we even got here.
So he sent me that less than an hour ago, and I put that video together, and that is the new intro that we've been teasing you guys with for a few weeks now. But I'm feeling it. I think it's dope.
I listened to it the whole way here smoking. I was listening to that.
Oh, we can raise the glass, whatever you got in your hand. Salute to the new episode of the what? Salute. Cheers. Salute to Lefty in the building. My name is Challz Brown. Beside me is an artist named Flizz, aka Fred Flizz Stone. Beside him is TJ Soares, aka TJ.
Yes, sir.
And beside him, special guest,
legendary
DJ Lefty in the
legendary
building. If you know, you know.
Legendary.
Yes, sir.
No need for introduction now.
Appreciate you being here.
Introduce yourself, man. Tell the people what you fucking do, bro.
Hold up. Hold on a second. Turn me up.
This is how I know who he is. Ask the question.
Yep.
How many years? Can't answer it, and you already know. You already know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Someone says you only have one hand or whatever. Okay, then you definitely don't.
There it is. Lefty in the building. I wish I could make some
legendary.
Legendary.
Crowd goes wild.
DJ Lefty in the house. Vanessa said, "Good evening, my homies."
V, what's good?
Vic told me to fix the audio. Then he told me to hit him back next time. I'm always.
What's good,
busy,
Vic?
Vic? Busy, Vic.
Yeah,
I'm busy.
We should do comment sound check. Like check 1, 2. How we all sound?
Word.
Yeah,
what's
how
the
do
word?
we sound? Make sure we. Look like we got. He said, "Hey,
Middle day.
Yeah, we got a wild show tonight." Let me see how we sound. It ain't great, but we're gonna make it work. Let me see something. Let me see if I can make sure this audio is right before we get going, because I don't want to get going. Niche in the building.
Niche was good.
What up, Nick? How you been?
It's crazy. Last week it was a video, and this week it's the audio. Somebody throwing spells on us, bro.
Uh-oh.
And wants to be heard.
That's right. Before we get started, January 12th, the locks, TJ Soares.
Yes, sir. I'm in the building. Shout out to DJ Franchise. We coming to do what we do. You
at the
already
Strand.
know.
Blah, blah, blah.
Country Buck be in the building too.
Country
Buck will be in the building with that big bag. Big bag. You already know.
I think the audio is right. I just heard great audio. My man Vic said cut the check. Screwball cut the check. Head over to CLBMG.com. Support those links. Yo, we got a burner tonight, bro. This show tonight. Michael Brown in the building. Salute. We say good evening to the team.
Mike, what's good?
Victor, Vanessa said your lineup on that couch is much talent. Let's go. Rhode Island stand up. And let me see what else we got. Vic said that's what you get for being a Washington Commanders fan. That is my curse. I am cursed for being a Washington Commanders fan. I am sorry in advance to anybody that knows that. I apologize, but that's
Lefty sound disappointed when
I'm
you heard
cut
that.
from a cloth, bro, and I'm not gonna ever be another kind of fan. I am a Tom Brady fan though. Salute to Brady. But listen,
Go
tonight, this conversation is so serious. I think we're gonna be here for a while, and there's so many angles to go with this conversation. We're gonna start from the very beginning of what we're talking about. There is a guy named Umar Johnson. He said that there is a lot of controversy about this man right here, but the latest controversy is so wild to me because it can take it so many ways. Some ways he's right, but in many ways he's wrong. And I want to get the team's opinion of what's going on with this statement by Umar Johnson. Like I said, the audio. Hopefully we can clean it up. Victor, do you know what Umar Johnson said on the Joe Budden podcast? He said that Eminem, the great MC Eminem, if you're an MC, you just respect what this man does on the microphone.
Facts.
But he said that Eminem could never be considered the greatest or even in the top great MCs. Even in your top 10, he can't be in there because of his skin color. Basically saying this is an African art form created by Africans. And Eminem could never be considered one of the greats of this art form. Now, I know for a fact a lot of people look at stuff black and white. This is what it is.
Yeah.
I got some friends who look at things black and white. They see everything through the eyes of black and white. And I understand that. And that's why this topic is very touchy, because some people are not going to have any concessions for Eminem just because he is Caucasian. And we could talk about this for 2 hours straight. Just this topic: Caucasians, hip hop, Eminem, Umar Johnson. This could go on for days, bro. We're gonna try to condense this down and make some points and keep it moving, right? So, what he basically is saying: this African art form can never be co-opted by another culture. That means if you're Asian, you can never be the greatest in Dr. Umar's eyes. If you are Spanish, you can never be the greatest. If you are white, and there's so many variations of white, Asian, and Spanish, all of those that you can think of. I guess you can't even be Indian. I guess you can't even be, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be none of that unless you're African.
Nah, he'll let King slide.
But let's get into it. I want to start. This is going to go so many directions, right? But I'm going to go on the right. I'm going to start with the guest. DJ Lefty's in the building. I want to get his take on, and I'm going to keep the question simple before we get complicated. Can Eminem be considered the GOAT or even a GOAT of an African art form such as hip hop?
Yeah, because I don't look at African art form. I look at it streets where the art form was formed, usually in New York City, from the 1970s, due to the renditions of 95 going through the city, leaving the Bronx in disarray, looking like a war zone. It was actually blacks, whites, Spanish, Latinos, Jamaicans, and all sorts of people that lived in that poverty. You know what I'm saying? So the young kids of these descendants are really the ones that kind of like came up to the culture. So the way that I look at hip hop is that's how it's always been. It's always been a ray of urban colors. You know what I'm saying? People that came straight from the bottom or straight came from the gutter. You know what I'm saying? In fact, that's who really started from it. That could have been any of us. Look, we got a Jamaican that started turntable August 11th from birthday.
Some people would dispute that, but yes, I understand what you're saying.
You know, I can bring it to the 80s where like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't get into religion
Rick Rubin,
all that like that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like
Def Jam,
one of the greatest labels of all time, black or white, or in arguably would say he has at least 4 or 5 hip hop classics. Everybody.
Facts.
Go there with the whole African owning hip hop is just like everything was like what I say to like everything. It's like how I question everything. How people sometimes professors such comments and stuff like that. Kind of reminds me of late 2000s when they started to bring in hip hop into the college classrooms, and the only thing they seemed to talk about was Tupac and the violence. You know what I'm saying? And that's not, and I'm not here to disagree with what my friends say, but let's start with Tupac was acting. You know what I'm saying? Outside the acting, he was an activist. You know what I'm saying? So God bless his life because he's not here to lift the tell and everything like that. So sometimes the stories we hear about people talking about Tupac now seem way too fabricated from the times that we grew up and knew him as a rapper and an actor.
Well, they're embellishing a little bit. They're making it brand.
Exactly. So, like I said, bringing it back 360 to the culture, it's like I said, you look at it, I look at everything as it's colors, of genres that didn't start in hip hop. So I'll never look at it as just African American dominant. I won't say that. You know what I'm saying? But to say that, to leave Eminem off that list, it's like Eminem, same place.
come from the bottom too.
You know what I'm saying? Came from the bottom. Like, imagine came from the spot where we all admired hip hop from afar.
Right.
We wanted to be like the LL Cool J.
Even if you was in New York, you were looking at another barrel, somebody over there.
That was nice.
I'll bring up the side comment. Some people actually want to be like Vanilla MC.
That's a
There's
fact.
no argument, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that they
It was
made money in
first
the old
crossover.
days, to say that good, bad, or ugly, they all made their mark in the hip hop culture, which matters to us moving forward. As to how we bring the culture to a different place. As it is now, we sometimes confused with all the nonsense that's been, it's not really being lyrical, but at the same time, there's a whole lyrical side that's still being ignored the same way it was being 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the rappers right now, very intelligent, that got a lot of things to say and try to reach out to. Sometimes we're not reaching out to them because of the fact that the drill stuff,
Or the type of music they do.
Cardi B beats,
Right.
and all the other stuff, the all transcending like lifestyle groupie stuff just completely gets in the way of us learning what to do out there. There's got to be better hip hop out there. Which I always, I give everything a chance. There's better hip hop than what we keep saying. Hip hop sucks right now. There's better hip hop out there. You just gotta fix it.
Right. Let me do a comment check. Let's do a comment check before we get to.
Chris Danny has something to say.
Let me put this in there. So Victor said, F that dude, it shouldn't be about skin color. And he also said, you should have had a white boy on the show tonight, and meaning himself.
Yeah.
Then he also said, that guy is dumb, in reference to Umar Johnson. Let me keep the comments moving. We also got Chris Damming said, the problem with Eminem is white people listen to only Eminem, then say he's the best at rap. How the fuck you gonna listen to one artist and say he's the best of a whole genre? Shaking my head. Disrespect for Eminem is low vibrational music. He was good when he was a kid. Miss Diva said, "Hi guys."
It's good, Miss Diva.
What up?
And she said, "Hey DJ." Hey, Lefty.
Kendrick said.
Oh, I skipped some. I'm sorry. I skipped some.
Yeah.
Kendrick on YouTube. Salute to Kendrick. He said Eminem is the GOAT, the king of rap, period. I don't care what color he is. We don't know what color Kendrick is, but he said Eminem is the GOAT. We're going to let that rock. And then we're going to go with Chris came back. J. Cole, Pop, Nas will always have much more substance to their rap. Maybe that's why they resonate more with me. M rap like he's reading a dictionary, no soul to his shit. I'm going to disagree because I've listened to a lot of Eminem.
Yeah, Eminem. I think Eminem.
I dig into that my own self.
He has a lot of substance if you're looking for someone's personal journey. A personal journey doesn't mean that it has to be full of black resonating wordplay and things that we resonate with. Mm-hmm. It's about a person being real. The worst thing a dude can do is pretend to be black and try to show us a black struggle when that's not what he went through. But it's a human.
Well, he kept it. I feel like he kept it true to himself and his situation, how he came growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like when I first heard I was on the first album that song. I never meant to give you mushrooms, girl. I never meant to bring you to. Yo, he had the girl talking to the tree, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a plant. She's talking to the. I'm like, yo, this was crazy, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, that's my creative.
When people are talking about that, they're also talking about production.
Let me finish the comments, then we're gonna continue. Chris actually said he's top 10, but not the GOAT, and that is very important because Chris was saying that he really. It's not like Chris wasn't really rocking with Eminem low key. Yeah. In his comment, that he still said he's the GOAT. And some people can't do that. Some people cannot admit that. They're like he's white. I feel like he's nice as fuck.
Just the battles in 8 Mile alone. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And then I'm gonna give you Mike TJ. Michael Brown said hip hop is an art form that is open to interpretation. And JL Dana said, "What up,
JL Dana was popping.
JL,
birthday. Yes, sir. Happy birthday.
And good work. A lot of stuff you're doing in the community. I'm watching.
Yes.
I'm watching. Salute. I saw the pieces to the homeless. I saw all that. Yo, listen. TJ, what's your thoughts? Eminem.
I feel like Eminem gotta be everybody's top, whatever, top 10, top 20. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe not 10, because we gotta have nobody. 10, but,
you know what I'm saying? We gotta have nobody. Like that's
I'm just saying, like in general, like he's nice though. Like you know what I'm saying, like you can't take it away from him. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the earlier music was more. You know what I'm saying, more of what people would consider, you know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, that's like him coming up, him hungry. And we got the Dre beats, you know what I'm saying? Even the joints with 50, when 50 came out, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was spitting. Like, what's it, the anger management tour, whatever. Like, he was spitting, like, you know what I'm saying? So, you can't take it away from him, yo. Yeah, like, I salute Eminem, man. Yo, like, put it like Dre Lucas, he from our area. One of his goals was to do records with Eminem and Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's two different artists. Like, you know what I mean?
Guys, I want to say I just went live on Instagram. I know you had to hit the button. So salute to Instagram that just started to join us. I know that you're piling in.
IG was popping.
DJ. But listen, we are talking about Eminem. We're talking about Umar Johnson. And can Eminem be considered the GOAT if he is white? Umar Johnson says that is a no-go, a no-fly zone. Eminem could never be considered the GOAT because he is not African.
I'm interested in what Flizz got to say.
And Diva said she liked the music today. JL said thank you. And Chris said, I blame Eminem for Jack Harlow and Riff Raff. That's hilarious.
So who's nicer, Jack Harlow or Riff Raff?
Let's have this discussion right after the week. But my cousin, salute Jamie in the building. My cousin Jamie said, why hip hop can't accept both members of third base? Both were white, but they can't accept Eminem.
And Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys too.
Yeah, Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys was the first to do it.
Kendrick said Eminem is definitely
the
GOAT.
Beastie Boys was on the Fresh Festival tour, right? They was on that.
Yes, it's so much. That's what I'm saying. This is so much to talk about
at the Civic Center.
And I'm gonna let Flizzy go. I want to hear Flizz's retort Is Eminem able to be considered one of the GOATs?
Anybody's able to be considered a GOAT. You know what I mean? Nobody holds. No one person is saying this person not the GOAT. To me, it could be. You know what I mean? Because no matter if someone's popular, you're gonna have a million people. That's not a game GOAT. You know. Shout out to my man Donnie Battle. Me and him.
Brother,
yeah, Donnie Battle is open. Donnie Battle is open that Wu-Tang is overrated. That's the Donnie Battle thing, and people get mad at it. People get mad. You can't stand up the Wu. You know what I mean? He's like, no, I think they're overrated. I know
Donnie hates the Wu for whatever. I don't even know why.
You got a personal thing with that?
I know people who are like, Tupac is not a top 10 rapper. I know. I'm just saying, like, so you know what I mean?
Back in the days, that 94, something who became like Case. And Case Solo was when Case Solo was hot. You can't play Case Solo no more. I hate Case Solo.
Next calling you.
That's one of my people. When I my cops in my deck.
He got PTSD. He got PTSD out here.
Solo's fault. I didn't get to the fence in time.
KSOLO.
Right.
But I was saying, but your boy Umar, man, he's just full of a lot of like hatred for no reason. He's just saying things because my opinion. I think he's just saying things just because he feels he has to say it now. Like not everything is like, dog. Everything can be because a black man did it. It's like that's not how things work, bro. And he'll fight his point just to make it black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, dog, fall back a little bit, man. Like, and you can be telling him in his mannerisms, when you start challenging him and your point is starting to touch something, he gets all aggressive, starts kicking his legs up. That's a sign that he's starting to be reached, and he don't want to be reached. He's like, nope, my wall here, fuck that. So as far as Eminem, yeah, he can be considered a GOAT. He is nice. Do I think Eminem is the best rapper? I'm going to say no, but I think Eminem is definitely one of the top tier rappers.
Can we agree there ain't no best rapper? Like let's start there. If somebody say what's the best rapper, it's too many styles, it's too many things you're looking for, too many concepts, too many constructual. It's too many to be. You're the best ever.
It's basically like what Flizz is saying. Like everybody got their top.
Everybody
artist
got their top. I think Eminem's the top 10
5
rapper.
is different from his top 5. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
but
that's just what
like,
it is.
Who does he speak to? And that earlier the comments when I told people
the mics are
historically,
powerful.
Yeah, these mics are powerful.
These mics are powerful.
I listen to all music I can. There's a lot of Eminem stuff I don't really repeat. I'll play it like, oh, this is dope, because Eminem is technically a technical monster. His techniques, but I sometimes see it's like, that doesn't reach me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But like, let's take I think it was the Eminem show. That album was crazy. That was the album I thought, I can keep playing by this man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, there's something on touch. Then production wise, it's like I know what they say. There's no soul. Who was saying that? Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar was on that time. There's no soul or whatever. And I see when you're saying like, no, there's some soul. You listen to some shit. There was some soul, but coming from his vantage point. Yep. But I think hip hop. I always put these quotes up. And another quote I'm gonna coin: hip hop is a different animal. Know what I'm saying? Hip hop always wants this sound in its thing. Eminem, lots of things bridges genre gaps.
Yeah, he does a lot of different sounds and so
he doesn't just say, all right, I'm just gonna do this hip hop style beat with boom bap drums. No, like that Dido sample he used with that song. Yeah. That song was a monster hit. The song he did for 8 Mile. Mm-hmm. Dun, 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 dun. Arms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater.
Wait, is that one of his biggest? Is that one of his biggest selling records?
I think that's the one. I think that might be his.
You as a DJ, like, if you was to play an Eminem, and I know Eminem don't get played in a club. I'm saying like if there was an Eminem record that you would play, would it be that 8 Mile record? Or would it be something like a 50 Cent featuring Eminem?
Oh, yeah.
I spin a lot of open formats. So I spin a lot of the stuff from the the second and the third album from the Marshall Mathers and the Eminem show mixed in, because some of the stuff is party. It's not to say I'm of culture, but I have a residence at Foxwoods. I do a lot of wedding events for
everybody.
So Eminem definitely falls here and there on that list. But to say if I'm going to pick it up and play it on purpose for people, for me to go out, not say go out of my way, but it's just like, that's not really in my system like that. I respect Eminem as one of the high lyricists, like a scientist, like an Albert Einstein or Oppenheimer. That's what kind of lyricist that he is.
Well said.
Is.
Well said.
He's just an over smart scientist when it comes down to lyricism. You can't touch his planets. You really can't. But to say that if I'm going to play an Eminem out of the blue and just rock it in pure hip hop, probably like, no, that's not what they're looking for right now. If it's a lyricist lounge, then definitely I gotta play something Eminem off the wall. I gotta play the one of the best Eminem records that I ever heard was the Slaughterhouse Cypher from the BET. You're about to get destroyed. You see the BET going, and it's like, oh my God, like the styles literally flip like every 4 words, like literally. Like you gotta really like in that Despicable record. Jeez.
Let me talk about. I want to address that comment. I got a lot I want to say about. Like, first of all, let's go back to the club comment. Right now, we could say they don't play Eminem in the club if he was aiming for club play.
That's not what he's aiming for.
You see what I'm saying? So that's like saying they don't play Naughty by Nature in the club. They're not aiming. Naughty by Nature haven't had a record in 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Eminem makes music, but he's not aiming for the club, right? It's a lot of artists not aiming for the club. So it's a lot of stuff not going to get played in the club, right? It's a certain level of hip hop that we can't keep rating stuff as if the club going to play it. The club is responsible for a lot of stuff that I wouldn't put in my car if you gave me $1 million. That I'm not going to ride around all day listening to it. I'm not going to do it.
Club don't even want to hear dance music. They just want to stand.
They just want to vibe out.
And I also beg to differ. There are times at night in a club, and I used to go to clubs a lot. First of all, most clubs are eclectic. Unless you're really in a straight up chocolate city, most clubs going to have a certain. They're going to have Spanish. They're going to have this and that. Right? Yeah. Eminem he has a song with Rihanna that could play in the club.
No, I heard that today. That's
right.
That you said that. Yeah.
Every girl in that club gonna know that song.
Oh yeah.
Right. It's certain times of night that you could play that song. If you're in a mix of all kind of music and you throw that on and you mix it right, they're gonna rock with you. He got about 7, 8, probably 10 joints that could be played in the club. I'm not saying at the height of the night, because at the height of the night, you're playing everything new.
Now, so like getting the Eminem record, like those type of records, they're gonna get played like in Vegas, like Dre is.
They're gonna get played. Eminem got about 50 records right now that he could do a show for 3 hours and not run out of music.
Like so when I think of clubs and I think of hip hop clubs, I'm thinking of.
In a hip hop club, first of all, that's a rare thing.
Yeah. I'm thinking of hood. Yeah, nowadays that's.
First of all, ain't no such thing as no hip hop, because a hip hop club is gonna play Eminem all night. Right? It's gonna play Wu-Tang. It's gonna play Special Ed. It's gonna play Run. It's gonna play EPMD. It's gonna play KI Rap. So ain't no hip hop club right now. Let's be clear. Oh, yeah, ain't no hip hop club, because half the stuff in the hip hop club gonna be from the 90s and the early 2000s anyway. So let's be clear. Ain't no hip hop club. Ain't no hip hop radio station. So if we're gonna say hip hop club, they're gonna play Eminem in there. He got 50 joints that can play, right along with Raekwon, Ghostface, all that. So let's be clear what we talk about. If we talking about, and most of the comments not coming from hip hop people that go to clubs anyway. Umar Johnson's not a club head. He's talking about hip hop itself. Eminem can't be the GOAT of hip hop itself. This ain't about no club. He's talking about hip hop. So if we talking about spitters, he's saying even if he could spit, he can't be the GOAT of this because he's white. Now the simple fact of the matter is, I don't subscribe to white and black. When I was back in the day, guess who was one of my favorite groups? Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys, love that.
One of my favorite groups, Third Base, right? One of my favorite rappers, Everlast, right?
Milkbone.
Curious George wasn't white, but he was Nice. He was a Spanish dude.
Third base, like you
right?
said. I love that.
So
Cactus album.
now I was not a Vanilla Ice fan. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. But I
He like Hammer though. He like Hammer though.
Didn't like Vanilla Ice, but we admired the way that he worked his way to start.
Well, let me say this about Vanilla Ice real quick. He just did an interview with Vlad TV. Is it Vlad? Yeah, with Vlad TV. Yep. And I watched it from beginning to end. I think like an hour and a half. It was Vanilla Ice deserves respect in hip hop, because if you watch that interview, he's in his hand is in everything from Tupac to, like, you wouldn't have half the stuff you got if Vanilla Ice Records didn't do what they did. And Suge came and got the money from Vanilla Ice to give you the Chronic and to give you not Aftermath, but to give you Death Row and to give you Tupac and to give you Snoop. All of that stuff came from Vanilla Ice money.
Facts. Yeah, you can't deny it.
So until you really understand what's going on with Vanilla Ice, maybe you didn't like his flavor and you saw him da-da-da. Vanilla Ice said he was on the chitlin circuit going to all the black clubs down south before he made it. He was doing that for 3 years. He was going to rap bars and rapping like we do with open mics. He was doing what you do to get his name up. So it wasn't like he just signed overnight and they blew him up. This dude was performing for years before he got that deal. Yeah. Rapping along black rappers, he'd get up there, take it. What was he? Give me a verse. I know you know a verse. Come on, Flizz.
I know. Everybody knows Ice Ice Baby.
Flizz know a verse.
The rap book, Flizz. He got every
Flizz know a Vanilla Ice verse.
I know Ice Ice Baby.
How's it go? Say,
stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice back with a brand new invention. Something like holding me tightly, flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? No, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow.
Look at that.
Like a man do, right up the stage, back and jump like a candle.
Flizz is an encyclopedia of hip hop.
I'm a hip hop nerd.
Vanilla Ice. I'm gonna go before I finish this rant. Vanilla Ice wrote that when he was in high school, and went to New York, and they signed him on the spot. Def Jam wanted him, but his man said, "Don't sign that deal. I got more money than Def Jam for you. We're gonna make more money than Def Jam is gonna pay you." So Def Jam was going to sign Vanilla Ice. So what y'all don't know when y'all think y'all spitting about, oh, this guy's white, this guy white. Rick Rubin created some of the hardest beats in the history of rap. So these people that say somebody's white, right? It's weird. Loud Records is who ran Loud Records?
White dude.
Steve Rifkin.
Yep.
You would have had Wu-Tang, MOP. I can name you 17 rappers.
Pun
was on
over there.
So what I'm saying is, when you try to separate this stuff by white and black, you're missing the point.
And even the mob didn't. He was part of the mob, and they wouldn't even give him money for that. They wouldn't even give him money to start up this label.
They didn't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. When you start trying to base stuff on somebody's color, that means you don't understand what this hip hop stuff. What's my guy up in New York? You have Stretch and Bobbito, right? Doing the radio.
They broke a lot of big records.
Everybody went to Stretch and Bobbito.
Biggie, Nas was up there.
That was your goal in life. Jay-Z goal in life was to get on that.
Jay-Z was over there too.
So when you don't understand hip hop, you say stuff like, you white, so you can't be, you know what I'm saying? So it's like Umar Johnson, and I'm gonna get to him in 2 seconds. I have at least 2 videos on my Talking Facts page about Umar Johnson bullshit school. Umar Johnson to me is extremely intelligent with a lot of knowledge, but some people can just memorize knowledge, right? You can memorize knowledge, but then when it comes time to being like common sense, I don't think that he always expresses that correctly, because he gets too mad when people challenge his opinion. And I have 2 videos based on his school. So to me, when I'm going around the hood and I'm juxing black people out of $50,000, more than it is a couple million, and I still got 2 garbage schools with no kids in them because they can't open them, and you still jerking people with these damn donations, I can't take nothing else you say serious about black people. I'm just being honest with you. So if you're going to tell me Umar Johnson can speak for the whole black race, I'm going to tell you that's bullshit, right? And I'm also going to tell you, and I'm gonna let Lefty go, but you can't have hip hop, and this is a stone cold fact, and I debate this with anybody. Yeah, we started it on the concrete, but it wouldn't be global without them other cultures. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you.
Speak.
That's facts.
It's a lot of record deals was handed out to some of your favorite rappers by these quote unquote white people. Yeah, they jerked them. I understand that, but they jerked everybody. And at the end of the day, it was for us to rise above that. Now, I'm like this. I'll take the jerk, but some of these guys got 30-year careers from the jerk.
Facts. It's
right?
what you do with it.
Rakim, Special Ed, all these people. KRS always talking about how Jive Records. I was dying to be on Jive Records. Jive RCA is down with us. Yep. Biggie, he was bigging up Jive RCA, and then he realized they jerked him. But that's part of growing pains. Every artist gets jerked. It is what it is. It don't matter your color. We don't talk about that. So what I'm saying is, when you base shit, when you lock stuff in on color and race and this and that, that's when you're going to lose the argument to me, because nothing is cut and dry. You got fucking slaves that was free because a white person let them hide in their basement. Nothing is cut and dry over race, bro. Nothing. You're not going to tell me nothing is all cut and dry because someone is a color. I'm just going to be a buck with you. So the simple fact of the matter is, Eminem studied this culture just like I did. He put them headphones on. He could name 50 rappers. When he did his Hall of Fame, no, was it Hall of Fame?
It was.
He did his induction.
It was some of the Grammys. It was an award. It was something.
It was some. He started.
He named everybody.
Rakim. He named them all.
He named people who dissed him. He was naming rappers. He named Melly Mel, who consistently dissed him. And what I'm saying is, you don't do that when you don't care about the culture. And this thing about, it's a lot of producers that's white that made impact in this culture. It's a lot of people that was managers, right, that made impact in this culture. Right, so a lot of the people that you thinking that you saw Kool G rap up there, you thought he got there on his own, right? A lot of coaches was getting Kool G rap there to get there to in front of you, so you can be like, what's the joint he got? what's the joint Kool G rap? What's the record? The joint he got the video for, like his first joint. That joint. You thought Kool G Rap got there on his own. It was a lot of people that got there. And I'm about to go to the comments, right? Yeah. It's a lot of comments. We're going to do a comment check right now. But what I wanted to say is, basically, and I'm going to let everybody else touch in on this, Eminem studied this. I listened to his cadences. I listened to his flows. I see where he da-da-da. And I'm like, most of these dudes that like hip-hop can't even do 90% of the flows this dude's doing. They can't do it if they try. They get in the studio and try and can't do it. This dude is nice. And when you say, oh, he don't talk about relate to that, I related to it because I used to listen. The first 3 or 4 Eminem joints I related to. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. And I got a great. Me and my mom had our differences, but I didn't hate my mom. I didn't want to throw her in the trunk. Yeah, right. But I still related to what he was saying, and I love creativity. When I first heard Eminem, it was on.
He said, "I'm sorry, mom."
We're gonna do the comment check right now. When I first heard Eminem, it was on the college radio station right here in Rhode Island. Is it RIU? 90.3.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was white. It was a song called "I Just Don't Give a Fuck." Like that. Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Off the first little EP.
The first joints that
and the college stations picked it up. And nobody knew what he was. They just knew this was dope. I was riding in my car going to pick my girl up at the time. I was like, yo, that joint came on. I was like, yo, wait. It caught my attention. I started listening to everybody. In case I was like, this dude is nice. Mm-hmm. This dude is nice. So you can say whatever you want. If you wasn't in that time and you didn't hear this dude come off on that radio, when everything else was like blah, it was like, it was okay, da-da-da. When you first heard this dude spitting, and there's a lot, even Razzcast said, he was telling people like DMX, people that's big, he said, you gotta hear this white boy. Razzcast was like, you gotta hear this white boy.
Yeah, because he was battling this footage of him battling like bodying, like straight bodying, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Like for real. Hey, yo, and matter of fact, who's his favorite rapper?
Who's favorite rapper?
Reggie No.
His favorite rapper is Redman.
That's
which tell you everything.
That
Let's do
tells
the
you what it
comments
is.
check, Flizzy.
Mine ain't going back far enough. Chris Demanic said this might be the best episode he's seen, y'all. Benny Stevens said he absolutely can't speak for me. Tiffany, what up, Tiffany?
I'm gonna light him up when you say it.
Okay, got you. Tiffany, she said, hi, uncle. That's my niece. Who said he's prejudiced. Sometimes inside thoughts should stay inside thoughts. Can Eminem be a GOAT? For sure, but GOAT is subjective and sir isn't even in the industry. So respectfully, doctor is just yapping. I subscribe to races since cultures exist. However, color doesn't even distinguish race. Also, race and color are not the same thing. The argument is an example of not everyone's opinion should hold weight. He doesn't listen to M, but who does he listen to? Chris Demanic said Rakim is better in my opinion. Benny Stevens.
I mean, Rakim is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Benny Stevens said there's no rappers today.
I think sometimes the subject flies over people's head because we actually it should have been a debate about how Dr. Umar is pretending to be a gatekeeper of a culture.
Let's say that.
Yeah, speak on that, bro.
And of black culture also. It's just like, well, who nominated him to be that? That's
Facts.
my first. That's my.
And that's a whole nother.
That's basically what he was saying behind the scenes before we even came on the air.
I don't want people to think that this whole subject should be about Eminem because it's just like, no, the debate was about should Eminem
the source of who said it.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden now this whole topic has been about Eminem and just about him, and
right.
skipped over the person that's actually like disrespecting the culture by depicting someone who's easy to be picked on.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Did you read what Thomasina wrote?
Oh yeah, I was in the middle of it.
White boys keep the underground hip hop.
Yeah, I actually I said that's super true.
That's true.
Like yo, the underground rap scene.
That's what you see in a lot of them. Like I mean, like the hip hop spots. Like
matter of fact, me and my boy Errol Flynn, aka Evil. I want y'all to look out for the Tritons album. That's me and him, a combination album.
And guess what color Evil is?
Yep, he's a white boy.
I mean,
shout out to Evil.
White man.
He's nasty.
Facts.
And you're gonna hear my return to the underground rap scene on that level. But look out for the Tritons album. But yeah, but Thomasina, you're 100% right. You know what I'm saying? Right. They keep the underground scene running out this joint. Shout out, what up, Allie? I see you. What up, Emily? I see you. They're both saying hi to me. And yeah, yes, Lefty.
Benny Stevens, and with us growing up listening to hip hop, originality was the biggest thing because you can name 10 rappers off the top of your head that don't sound alike from the 80s to 90s. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Did you just shouted out Allison Rose?
Yes, my girl Allie. Yeah.
Salute. You just shouted out Emily.
Yep.
I'm bugging out.
Yep. Shout out to
Ace in the building. He said it's the first live show he got to catch. He's happy.
Oh, Ace, what's popping?
Oh, which Ace? I know a few of them.
Thomasina said yes, Lefty. Now we're gonna resume the conversation. Flizzy, did you have something to talk about?
As far as I pretty much think I said what I wanted to say earlier about Umar. Like, and I like how Lefty articulated that. Like, he can say what he wants, but who is he? He's not the gatekeeper or anything. You can't blanket my opinion just because I'm black. You feel I'm black, I talk for all black people. No, you don't, bro.
That's the wild. You know? That's wild. Chris Damming, he said Eminem studied the game and can rap his ass off, but he comes off like Elvis because he took the music of people of color to the audience that may never have given it a try. And that's not it's nothing bad about that though.
Yeah, no.
What happened is
Elvis figured out how to tap. They just figured out how to tap into the audience.
Facts. And
entertain.
What we talked about earlier. Vanilla Ice was the first piece. Like Vanilla Ice, Beastie Boys are gonna.
I'm glad. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Who took it there?
Let's
say Beastie Boys replaced people that were opening up for Madonna.
Facts.
You know,
good evening from St. Pierre, Florida.
Patricia Rose.
You know what the thing is about Eminem?
Patricia was popping.
Eminem and LeBron James have something in common. They threaten who you might want to be the GOAT.
Ooh.
So there's never been any real white boy to come along and threaten for the crown. Eminem is a legitimate threat for the damn crown. And that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Yep. So think about that. The same way LeBron is like, MJ's a GOAT. Now there's a bunch of people making noise. Now maybe it's LeBron. MJ lovers are gonna fight you for that.
They fight hard.
So it's the same thing. Like,
and I'm an MJ lover.
And you never hear nobody. Yo, if someone said MC Search is the GOAT, we just laugh. That's your opinion, whatever. And we all know MC Search will never be considered the GOAT. We wouldn't even be mad. But Eminem the GOAT, you're gonna get a real fight now because he's a legitimate threat for that.
Like you said, like LeBron, we grew up as MJ fans. We
watched the MJ games.
Color what MJ did from pretty much 86, 87, all the way up to 98, 99. We see actually a lot of people born in the 2000s after that was just like, sometimes like your opinions and comments are debatable. But for us that seen that, it's just like, come on, that was something that was unreal. You know what I'm saying? It was unreal the stuff that he did. And it was unreal the way that he lived his life. That's why so many people respect Michael Jordan. LeBron is, like you said, it's just like hip hop. He's a different animal. We've never seen anything like the lights of LeBron.
Facts.
So to put that in in a chronological order for him to be considered to go over MJ. That's up to the people that watched LeBron James do what he did from 03 up until now, and I would favor that because you never watched MJ do his thing. If you're born after 98, you've only seen video clips or you've only seen the hype.
So you're gonna watch the game.
Live it. You know? That's where I always come with the MJ LeBron debate. It's just like if you was there to actually live through the MJ era, it was a whole different thing. I was like watching. It was like heaven opening up. Like, wow.
He's like, oh, you seen what you're in school the next day. Like, you see what Jordan did? Watch when we get to gym class. You're talking your shit like, watch when we get to gym.
LeBron James moved a few mountains and moved a few rivers, what you never seen before either. But come on, like, you gotta honor and respect what these cats do for the sport or what they do for their genre and their cultures. Like, that always gets overlooked. It's like always gets overlooked.
Ms. Diva said, I like T.V. Herman. He rap too. Chris Damon said, nah, Bill Russell to go. He taking it on some old school.
See?
We watched Bill Russell win 10, 11 rings. We didn't. But that's like a whole different time.
Vinny Stevens said, one thing about Elvis Presley, he always gave props to the blacks and where he got his music from. That is a fact. He never pretended that he didn't get it. And I want to touch
crazy because in the movie I was trying to see if I wanted to see if they was going to show that.
He did. Now
I'm not a pretty good ass movie.
It was a good
that
movie.
That was a good movie because what this is what I gotta say that probably nobody has talked about. If I was white, I would be in a rock and a hard place because I could never ever live up to what black people would expect me to be as a rapper because they would never give me that time of day to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like I would never be able to prove that I love it as much as you, that I can love him 10 times more than all of you, but it doesn't matter because I'm not the color that you know what I'm saying. Right
That's the case in a lot anyway. Let's be real.
That's
as
like
far
me.
as hip hop,
yeah,
I'm talking just the pure form of hip, not the contemporary, not what's on the radio. The pure form of hip hop, like Thomasina said,
just street shit.
Show a pure form of hip hop. I mean, the purest. Who's gonna be in that crowd? It's gonna be all white boys. Straight up. It's gonna,
a lot of backpackers too.
Well, I'm talking about pure. I'm not talking about even like Mobb Deep. I'm talking about pure boom bap.
You want to hear something funny too? I mean, even at the battles, when you go to a big battle, when it's a big venue, half that venue is white people.
For real.
That's facts.
If not more. So it's like they're putting this on their back, and what it is a lot of our people don't care about none of that. They're like, I don't care. That white boy don't belong in this. We're not giving him no credit. I got a couple friends that's like, I don't care. The white boy. And I got a friend who shall remain nameless that's from right here in this city. My guy, I'm not gonna say his name, but
I thought you were gonna name.
I was going to say his name.
I'm not gonna say his name, but Kevin.
He don't care. He don't care. My guy Gene don't care about that. He did.
I know, right?
Everybody that knows Gene knows how Gene feel. He don't care. Gene like, listen. He texts me. That white boy disrespectful to Melly Mel. He said the white boy disrespectful to Melly Mel. I said, Gene, the dude been picking that Melly Mel been picking that Eminem for 15 years. He said, I don't care. He's disrespect the black man. He doesn't care that he doesn't. Melly Mel could slap him.
I was about to say, he
doesn't care.
People just keep letting him slap him.
He supposed to just eat it and say, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" I said, Gene. He defended himself, dog. The guy, he didn't even spank him. He just said something. He said he was on Roy. He got Roy rage, and I said he left it at that. He didn't even write a whole verse. Wasn't a whole song. He just gave him a jab. He like, I don't care. He got to respect his. I said he shouted him out when he got his award. I don't care. He got to respect his black. So some people do not care.
No,
they don't care what it is.
They don't. Sometimes it makes a good comment right now to bring up. It's just like we're hip hop purists, we're hip hop historians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
when we breathe, sleep, eat, shit, spit hip hop. Like that's our lives. That's our lifestyle. It's not a groupie thing, and it's not something that we're trying to emulate from anything. That's the pure culture that we know from this musical thing, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, like, we honor and respect certain individuals, like I said, like scientists, basketball players. That's how we look at our MCs or how our lyricists or how our artists are. Other people look at it from a fan-based point of view. So they're looking at it from their aspect of, do I like them or do I not like them? The same thing they do to Drake. Same thing they've done with a lot of people. It's just like they either love them or they don't, or they've come back to love them, then hate them, then love them again, like Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So where us is just being hip hop purists. It's just like, you know what? We love them, we love respect, and we also discredit some things that our favorite artists might. But it's not to say that we're going to cancel them out or we don't consider them be a top tier in our list. Like you said, there's no such thing as the best because we all have our favorites. We all have our respects. You know what I'm saying? Which is all subjective.
Salute to that. And I'm gonna write what Brian from YouTube wrote. Brian Larkin said, M isn't the GOAT because he's white. He's not the GOAT because his body of work. And Nasir, Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, Ghostface, Ice Cube, Scarface, Rakim ain't on that level. Hold on, let me read that again so I can process what he's trying to say.
I know, I'm like, what?
M isn't the GOAT because he's white. He's not the GOAT because of body of work. Oh, he's saying it's not that he's not the GOAT because he's white.
Yeah.
It's saying his body of work is not on the level of Nas, Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, Ghostface, Ice Cube, Scarface, Rakim. M ain't on that level. Let's talk about that.
That's interesting.
Is M on that level?
It depends on who you are. Some people think he exceeded that level.
That's fact.
If you want to be real.
M grew up in Detroit.
We just said that earlier.
Out the hoods of Detroit like that, to be that far down or to be that far into the culture. Like you said, all the people that he named, where are they? They are basically on the far coast or on the left coast.
And Tupac is
in between.
Brooklyn. He New York too. So all of that is East Coast and then Scarface. And Cube is the West Coast. It's like it's mostly guys from the 80s who got they grinded their teeth in a certain era that we feel that era is the golden era, 80, 87 to 97. Like that little era, we give that era all the praise, which it deserves. And my top 5, ain't nobody in my top 10 outside of that
era,
other than Kendrick and Cole. I haven't added no one else.
Oh, you know.
And
no,
you love
See, you know why? Because we survived off those records.
Fact.
We survived.
I remember. I can't save my life.
Young, black, and under 21, and they were already depicting us to die before 25 or go to jail. We survived off those records. We survived off their words of how to survive in this concrete jungle, how to avoid the enemy, how to get past all of this and survive. And here we are to live to tell about it. But they won't get their credit because of the fact that you said.
Hold on.
If Eminem's
I got to these mics are powerful moment.
Mics are powerful.
I don't want to get myself in trouble again with like.
He said, "Boy."
You remember I said that the last comment kind of got me thinking about something.
Yeah.
All right, this might be one of them clips on TikTok. Remember the Lauryn Hill thing I said about her one album?
Yeah.
On what you say? If you say body of work, how does Biggie fit in there? Biggie got 2 albums. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that's just thrown out there. If you want to compare body of work,
a Biggie conversation.
Wait, this is not who's better. You said body of work.
All right.
I'm pulling up my sleeves. If you say body of work,
let's table that for the next
saying
in 20 minutes. In 20 minutes.
Biggie's
So
and
Flizz,
Eminem's
a lot of-
catalog.
Oh, no. Let's table that. 20 minutes. We're gonna have a full
that's
on.
a good talk.
All right.
Because we're going to leave the Eminem and go into Biggie. I don't want to do that.
That's a good talk.
We're gonna table that.
Next week on the what?
No, not next week. In 20 or less minutes, we will have how is Biggie's body of work? Because he said Biggie's body of work. So
Yeah.
I remember 2 albums.
Let's
and
finish
one
this thought.
posthumously.
Let's finish this Eminem thought, and we're gonna get to that.
Yes, Flizz, there's something you're missing.
Let me do this comment check. If you ask me, this is what Kendrick said. If you ask me, Melly Mel got what he deserves. You don't diss an MC, a white MC that looked up to you. I mean, Eminem shouted him out as 2022 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame speech, which he did not have to do.
After he dissed him.
Yeah,
After he dissed him several times.
And he shout out Brand Nubian and Lord Jamar after he dissed him too.
Dale said M does not have a classic album. His discography is not strong to me. Dale, I low-key disagree, but I can't argue.
Yeah, I disagree with that. But it's his opinion.
I
low-key
disagree.
It's about the journey.
Yeah.
And then Bernie.
What's the question?
Benny said,
What's the
I got a question.
Benny?
Let me click the next joint. He said, "Why?" Oh, that's Chris. Chris said, "White people do show up to more rap shows. They have more of an opportunity to come from generational wealth." That's a whole nother topic. Yeah. So therefore, they can have more time and leisure with them than some of us. Just my opinion. And I understand what you're trying to say, Chris, but they don't have to go to anything. They go into the shows because they want it and they love it.
They fans.
Wu-Tang, NWA, them white boys was on that back when we was on it. They was on it hard too.
Because think about it, right?
Fans of the culture.
And like Wu-Tang, they went on tour with, was it Rage of the Machine or one of them? All right, so they didn't understand why they should be on that tour.
Right.
RZA understood why they should be on that tour.
Right.
They didn't really make it through the whole tour.
They got kicked off.
But like, you know what I mean? Like RZA already understood, like, nah, we have to do this tour. They was looking at it like,
it was all said and done. It was just like,
damn, we fucked up. Yeah.
They didn't see the opportunity while it was still.
But Wu-Tang messed up in a lot of ways. So they messed up many opportunities. That's why you see them now. Yeah. They got a tiny desk. Everybody's there because they messed up so many opportunities back in the day. They messed up a ton of shit. Not just Rage Machine. They messed up a lot of shit. At least 10 years of Wu-Tang messing up their bags, bro. Ghostface, dissing Hot 97 on their stage. They banned them from playing them again. So it's like they messed up their own bags in many ways. But let me finish the comment check. Dale said Biggie not in his top 10 due to lack of albums. We're going to get to that, Dale. We're going to get to that Biggie convo. Brian Locker said, name an Eminem album better than Ready to Die or Life After Death. I'll wait. Well, we're going to get to that.
That's opinion. I mean,
What would you do if your stepchild wants to physically fight you because your way of disciplining him?
What?
Whoa.
Not a spam
podcast.
No, that's my guy. That's
Benny.
Benny.
Oh.
That's Benny.
Maybe we get to that at the end. I don't know. But listen. And then we're
What Therapy Show.
We're going to move on. It's so much to touch on. We can't even get to Umar. Before we can't even get past past the white.
Let's move on.
I don't think we need to. I think we already said enough.
Yeah.
Because Umar is that's a whole contradiction of.
Yeah.
We said it.
Yeah. It's a whole contradiction of just. Lefty said it best. Who gives him the right to speak for the whole black race? And a lot of black people don't want. Now, we're going to talk about this Vanessa Bryant thing, or we're going to leave that for later. Because he's also said. Umar also said that Vanessa Bryant, he was on the Joe Budden podcast. He said that Kobe's wife, Vanessa Bryant, has done nothing for the black people with her money.
But Kobe did.
Kobe's inherited
money. But Kobe was doing things.
Saying.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
again, you got to understand the source.
I know that, but it's like, what are you expecting her to do, bro? She lives in Beverly Hills.
I don't expect nothing.
Like, I mean, like, she lost her husband. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like to normally like
she's grieving,
and
bro.
This is like it's like in my opinion, I don't expect her to do anything for anybody. She lost her husband. She lost her heart.
Child.
Say
you know
less.
what I'm saying? She lost a child in the middle of that.
And she got to.
And
how long ago was that?
Further.
What year was that?
Well, Kobe died? 2020.
Yeah.
That's only been 3 years.
Yeah, he died.
She's still grieving, bro.
She grieving and trying to figure out what to do.
Her husband and her daughter.
She's still trying to sue the LAPD. She's trying to get through that. I think she just won that like a couple months ago, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
She just won the LAPD case.
Something happened with that case, though.
A couple months ago.
But it's like,
so let's be honest, bro. He wants her to start solving black poverty and miseducation. He wants her to start setting up scholarships for black kids. She ain't even married her husband good. So
it sounds like he's like, it sounds like he's like, I'm gonna take from y'all, but I'm gonna say why Vanessa Bryant ain't doing nothing for the black community. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
who made him keep it to the hip hop culture? And who are you to tell anybody who's grieving over a big loss to tell them how to spend someone's money? That's a division.
He just starting to hate on Vanessa Bryant is Mexican. I think she's Mexican, right?
She's some. I
think she's Mexican. I believe so.
Yeah, she's some type of.
She's
Latina. She's some like Spanish.
She's low-key fire.
She's some Latina, right? So if we're gonna bring it to hip hop, we've always viewed that as minority. Period. That's always welcome. There's certain privileges you get just being minority. He's just attacking anybody for anything. And I'll say this: Vanessa Bryant is a goddamn rider. Cause when Kobe cheated, she could have took half his shit and bounced then. Yep. She rode with him after he admitted, yeah, I made him sick. I boned this chick.
You gave her a big ass diamond.
Oh yeah, but she could have took half the shit.
She could have
got that diamond alone.
She could have ran with the super bag.
I'm starting to respect like people who can like the fact that she rode through that. You don't need to like be attacking her on what she's doing with what she inherited. She didn't, which means she genuinely wanted to stay with that fool. Mm-hmm. She could have got half his shit
and got another basketball.
Yeah, bro, she could have got half. She's still. I'm gonna stick this out, bro.
She could be Steph Curry's wife.
So don't attack that woman. And you know what? I don't want to curb the subject too much. That's why I got more respect for Cardi B now. Because I was like, damn, all these girls talking about WAP, but she stuck out with a dude. So she talk about all that freaky shit, but she stuck with
one guy.
Shit.
And he
so to me, I'm like, wait a minute. If you think that chick is a writer for her,
she's a writer, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna attack Cardi B on no shit like that.
Love Mommy's a rider. And
I like as a dude, I love girls who ride for you. I love girls who are riders, man. I'm not gonna attack a girl who's real, who's a rider.
I take it up a level.
Leave Vanessa Bryant alone.
Shout out to all the wives and shout out to all the women that really hold their men down.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Good, bad,
salute. Shout out to Nisha. Shout out to Nisha. Salute.
I know.
Hold up though, because this is real.
Real. That's real
knowing
shit.
that your situation where you could have chose to walk out the door, but you chose to stay and make that man a better man than he is today. Or if he fucked up and you let him and you walk, I give you props to the same thing. But that's not an easy thing for any woman on the face of this earth to deal with.
Facts.
With a man's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate R. Kelly, but one of the realest things he said, when a woman's fed up,
that's a fact.
I'm not even going to finish the sentence.
That's a fact.
But for the ones that ride, know how much damage was really done and how much can be mended from that. You get what I'm saying? That takes a real strong woman to forgive and forget and to move on because they know that the better is coming. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the women that really hold it down for the man and it's not fraudulent.
Yeah,
Fact.
Yeah, I gotta laugh because Nisha put the eyes.
She put the double.
Oh yeah, you know she's a writer.
But
right? Yeah, Nisha.
That's facts. That's what's up.
Nisha,
like, we just roll with Nisha. Salute to Nisha.
Right.
We was in the what? Where was we at, TJ?
Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos on a horse
Bahamas,
on the beach.
What's that?
T, listen. Now, I'm gonna say this. Like everybody close your eyes. I found a spot where the pool is in the hotel room with you.
Wait, where's that?
Your room got a pool in it.
Where's that at? We need to go there.
They got 5 locations. They all up in
the where we
listen,
go?
We will talk.
Look, Niche,
we will talk. Listen, it is
actually,
what it is.
I don't need that. That's gonna be a lot of water inside.
Listen. When you see it, you're gonna be like, damn.
Wait, can I smoke in there?
They're gonna be like, you should have told me.
Can I smoke in there?
I don't know if I smoke in there, but you can smoke outside. But listen,
that's extra.
Word, I think we're gonna wrap up this Vanessa Bryant. I respect what she's doing. We don't know what everybody don't show what they doing to charity. Right. He don't have no idea. But what he's become is what they call a clout chaser. I don't think you can be a scholar and a clout chaser at the same time. But I believe he's both. And I believe he's deflecting from the fact that he haven't done what he needed to do with this school. And they still let him come on a Joe Budden. I think he kind of goofy for having a guy on that's been lying for years about this school and taking all this money for 10 years, talking about donations. I feel like if anybody have Umar Johnson on now, it's irresponsible. And I'm going to move forward. Salute to Ace in the building. He said, let's talk about it. My guy Benny said, so you're just going to hold that for yourself. Yes, I'm going to hold it. More information will come out, but I don't want everybody rushing over there before we get Listen. I want to move forward.
Yo, do a podcast from the pool and shit.
Word.
So we're here live and direct from.
We going to set something up.
Secret location.
I had never seen nothing like
here, though.
Listen, I had never seen. I was on my Instagram one day and the joke came up. Pool in your room. Have you ever seen this? I was like, yo, because I follow a lot of travel stuff. And I was looking. I went to comments. They said, oh, it's called Sirianni or something. But it's like over in Wisconsin. It's like 5 of them. Wisconsin, Illinois, all these different places, right?
Up somewhere we can go to.
And I'm gonna
slide right in.
It's gonna be beautiful. But listen. What did you just bring up? You brought up something really interesting.
The Biggie situation.
No, I want to discuss this.
What?
You just brought it up about Holly Berry. Who said it, Flizzy?
Gilbert Arenas.
Gilbert Arenas said something wild.
Break it down.
Said something wild. And I saw this on Twitter, and I was like, first of all, you lame for saying this story. But let me just tell you the story. Gilbert Arenas, the basketball player, who's he play for?
He's an ex. He's retired. He played.
Yeah.
He was popular for the Wizards. He was drafted by Golden State.
Yeah, got busted with guns in the locker room.
Who did he play? He said he was drafted by the Wizards, but he didn't make it.
He was drafted by Golden State.
Why do we do stupid shit like this?
Gilbert Arenas.
We make it and then do dumbass shit. Why?
Who makes his money now off being messy on podcasts? He had a back and forth with your boy.
Everybody.
No, but the main dude he had a back and forth with is the dude that was considered a bust by Kwame Brown. He had a real back and forth problem with him. They was like real come to blows a couple years ago. But his whole thing right now is to be sensational and say these things. He came up with a story on his podcast, and I still don't know. If somebody can explain it to me. The era we're in right now,
I don't know.
Everybody's telling
everything.
No,
they're like, yo, remember in '88? No,
Kevin Hart's assistant just came out. She's saying that he got a gambling problem and all this stuff. Like everybody's telling anything they got.
Who was it? All these celebrities got gambling problems. They got big money.
Ex-assistant saying he came in a room and Dwayne Martin was giving him the honky talk, right? They telling everything. But this guy was saying that Holly Berry was at a basketball game.
She was at in 03-04. Like I think it might have been a playoff game or something.
Might have been a playoff game. And Holly Berry walked past Harvey Weinstein
and his associates,
a bunch of rich guys. And she egged him. She acted like she didn't know him, whatever. And so allegedly, according to Gilbert Arenas, the ex-basketball player, they were like, she wasn't acting like that when she wanted that part. And then he went on. The clip was more elaborate because he said they literally slept all of them. Everybody that was at that,
all five of them.
All of them said they had her at the same time because she wanted. I'm not gonna say the same time. Allegedly, had her.
They all smashed.
And she wanted some role, and she got the role. Right now, let me just say this for one, and I'm gonna start with Lefty. That's one of our queens, bro. If your lame ass podcast need to bring her down and devalue her, your podcast is lame, bro. Let's say she did that shit, right? And whatever. Let's say she did it, because I don't know what people do in their private time. That shit you're talking about something that's 20 years ago. So you're gonna bring it up now to get some clicks, and he went viral. It happened.
Mm-hmm.
But now this chick got to hear this the rest of her fucking life.
Her kids got to hear that.
Her kids, everybody got to hear that Holly Berry slept with Harvey Weinstein and 5 other dudes to get a part in some movie, right? That's lame. But I'm gonna let Lefty. I want to hear Lefty's comments on this.
I think it really digs deeper to what you was commenting earlier about Dr. Umar Johnson, about a lot of these people, and about how people were going on and just saying elaborate stuff online just to get clicks. Like that's a money game right now. It's on social media. It's like to open up platforms for them to get as much clicks as possible, to get as much views as possible. So the advertisement, or they just get the traffic to head that way. So that's really the basis of what social media really does. And not to bring up the subject, but it's just, come on, man, that's a lot of poison. Like, how would you really believe that someone really slept with how do you believe someone like that, like said, respected queen is going to go sleep with 5 people at the same time? Like a porn comes in the back of my mind, and I can't see her in that film, or I can't see that type of dude, or I just can't see that type of female sleeping with one of them type of dudes, not Harvey Weinstein. If you ever seen this fat motherfucker, like who wants that? Like, end the comment.
Go ahead, TJ.
I don't even really know what to say. It's like, damn, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're gonna bring up, like you said, like bring up all this from her past, even good, whether it's true or not. Like, you're doing it for clickbait. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it to get the bag. You're using her. You're bringing her down to get the bag. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Like you said, it's like, damn, You Holly Berry, Harvey Weinstein. Like I don't even sound right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It doesn't sound right. So, but a lot of things in Hollywood, like a lot of things in Hollywood don't really. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
It don't sound right.
That don't sound like. That like looks like someone from 90210 would probably sleep with him to get their role back together again. But a Holly Berry, who
like
just
come on,
done
yo.
sleep a swordfish and got an award for that. And did a
That might be
Monsters
the
Ball.
movie.
You said that might be the movie.
Yeah.
Might be a movie. Yeah,
I know. Look, I was.
That's
Googling,
one of the big movies
Googling
around that time.
Did,
I know what you're saying.
Did Harvey Weinstein produce of Holly Berry between the start and 04? I was Googling like, but Harvey Weinstein had it like. I don't think. I mean,
You probably seen Monsters Ball.
Let me say this. Yeah, let me say this. The thing is, Holly Berry, like you said, revered as well. She's like one of, as far as our community, she's revered as one of the queens. So it hurts that this has the potential to be true. So we wish Gilbert didn't bring it up. You know what I mean? So that's why I think it hurts more. Like, oh, not Holly, but this is real life as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And I'm on both sides of that fence. Like,
listen to how we're talking about this situation and how disrespectful it is, but it gets worse from here. It gets worse from here. You know what I'm saying? How many more skeletons are gonna come out the closet from people?
You know what's funny? It's not just. It wasn't just Holly
right now.
It's not just Holly. Like I'm not gonna name, but I mean some of the biggest starlets are on Harvey Weinstein's hit list because he caught a lot of them girls when they were nobodies and they wanted to be somebodies. Now these biggest starlets, all them Harvey Weinstein kind of went through. So it's sad, you know, but it's like, damn, Holly, potentially it's alleged.
So is that like quote unquote the director's chair? You know what I'm talking about?
Harvey
the
Weinstein, yo,
what's the director's couch or whatever they call it?
Go back and watch a lot of movies we loved growing up.
I think at this point, I like to drop the subject because the point where it gets sensitive to me is just like, how we sit here and talk about a monster like that, and like you said, he ran through so many people, and it's just like, yo, the shit that he did was disgusting. I wouldn't like vouch for any man on that level.
Nah.
For that.
But you know what? I don't know which one of y'all was said it that why would she sleep with somebody that looked like this guy?
He said that.
It's about power. Lefty said that.
Yeah, Lefty said
that. It's about power and wanting to get
to the next level.
Yes.
Yeah. I gotta do this. I gotta do what I gotta.
See, a guy like this knows that.
Yep.
That guy got a bag so big, it'll make you start to question things that you normally would not do. It's her life on the line, and she got her career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She got her career.
Hollywood and hip hop.
But they always say they're sleeping their way to the top, or they're sleeping to get what they want. Now imagine if she just said she folded one day and was like, you know what? F it.
But I gotta do this.
We can't be like, why would she do it to a guy that looked like that? We gotta be like, why would this guy be such an asshole and force her to do it?
Thank
you. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point.
I would never do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I would never do nothing like that, especially at his age. This guy was old when he did this. He wasn't no kid. He was doing this, but this is what happened when people got mad money forever.
Yo,
and they got power.
Think of what we talked about last week. Who did we talk about? Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah.
How she was like, yo, I've been doing this movie thing. I'm not getting the money I deserve. So it's like, what if someone came to her one day like, you can get this $1 million role, you're gonna get roles, but let me get the ass. You know what I mean? Would she do it? You know what I mean? And so it's like
they already might have came to her like that. You never know.
I'm just assuming they might have. I'm just assuming she didn't do it because she's still complaining. I'm not getting the roles and I'm broke.
Right.
So something telling me she didn't hit the casting couch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like you got the average girl who's coming up out of high school now in drama class who wants to be an actress. We're not calling her a queen right now, but yet we call Holly a queen. How does one get to be a queen?
No, she's a queen.
But you know what I'm saying. We're not revering a brand new actress as she's our queen who we're gonna revere. Holly got to that point. She had to start. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying she did anything. I'm just saying, like, you know, if you catch somebody young and hungry at a young age,
willing to just be like,
you don't know. Yeah, that's like
I'm trying to go here.
That and like y'all said, it's messed up that he got the bag and he's gonna do that to so many women. You know, it's like, damn, bro, like.
But you know what? At the same time, that been going on in Hollywood for years. That action been going on in Hollywood for years.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
Hollywood and hip hop.
Exactly.
Now,
So
what happens in Hollywood?
We're gonna move on, but we have. I know what we've said about Holly, but what y'all gonna say about this dude that actually said it?
Let me go on this.
Clickbait. It's sucker shit.
I honestly,
it's pure D sucker shit. If you ask me,
this is the first time I was disappointed in Gilbert because I love this show. I'll be honest. Gilbert Arenas show.
I never even seen this show.
The stuff they talk about there, Gilbert Arenas is hilarious. He got good subject matter with Kenyon Martin, all them. His show is fire. This is the first thing he said that I was like, oh, I cringed a little bit, like, oh, maybe he shouldn't have let that one out.
On his show. He was in his house.
Yeah, this
on
was
the computer.
But Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero does normally have good content.
Yeah, I don't think it was his regular show. I think he just went live.
Yeah, this one just hit that cringe mark, like, oh, Gilbert, you should have tucked that one.
And I guarantee he might regret
it's because
that.
of who it was.
It's
because of him saying Holly Berry, Harvey Wants. These are all names that actually hit. You know what I'm saying? When you
he might regret that later, like how Charlemagne regret dissing Floyd Mayweather for not reading well.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? He said, I wish I didn't put that out. You know what I mean? I think later on, I think Gilbert Arenas is gonna be like, maybe I should have tucked that one. You know what I mean? I would have tucked that one. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't have threw that grenade out.
When you say too much, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the subject matter that Gilbert Arenas has put it out there is just like it's juicy because it comes from an era. It was just like, all right, there was a lot of confusion in the NBA. There was a lot of reorganizing in the NBA. If you know, Allen Iverson and the cornrows and all that shit folded over to their era where
like Sue and Ty every game, Sue and Ty,
like basketball players with like girls everywhere they land and stuff like that. All the stories we used to just quote unquote hearsay, but now it's just like Gilbert is coming from one end talking about it to everybody, like from his point of view, being like, shit, we was doing this, we was doing that, yada yada, how they played ball, how they got high, how they did party, whatever the case may be, how they set people up. Like we're hearing them all, and it's juicy content to be online if you're there for it. But it's like sometimes like they don't realize how damaging a lot of their content can be. Like, you know what I'm saying, in hindsight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You lived it, but to come talk about it now, but like barbershop talk, that stuff should be.
That's basically what it is.
But you put in but it's not barbershop talk.
It shouldn't lead to barbershop.
Because even this podcast, if it gets hit like with 100 views, it still has a potential to get hit with 1 million views.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's with anything that goes up online, anything that reaches YouTube or any social media platform, it all has the potential to reach 100 million views or whatever the case may be. And that means people saw it, they know it, and they're going to debate it, and they're going to opinionize it.
Matter of fact, you were just saying in the group chat how one of the clips, one of the shorts or the reels that we put up, like you talk about LeBron. And what was we talking about on that one? Was he talking about LeBron, Jordan and Kobe? So they arguing in the comments. Like he's like, yo,
crazy in the comments.
Like, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Like everybody got their opinion.
So we're gonna do a comment check, bro.
Yeah,
I
do a
don't think
comment
we saw
check.
comments in a minute. I'm just scrolling through. I don't know. Oh wait, my phone ain't at the bottom. My phone ain't going to the bottom to the freaking comments no more. What's on? We don't got that joint up there no more.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, I'm like my phone is like for some reason stopping right here and it won't go anymore. It's weird.
All right, here go the comments. I'm gonna click them and you read them. So we had a bunch too, bro. We had.
I know. I'm like we haven't looked at them in a minute.
I'm gonna read. I'm gonna get it up for you.
Go ahead.
Umar, go ahead.
If Umar wants to say Eminem not the GOAT, that's fine. But if some of the greatest hip hop minds want to put M in their top 5, like Fifth, Dre, etc., if he talking about I ain't never heard someone from the underground say I put that on Umar. All right, fellas.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's my man Trent. I didn't realize. What up, Trent? Yo, me and Trent. Actually, Trent, another white boy. Me and him. We got. No, Sam. Me and him. We got a single I just released. It's on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. You should look it up. I'm saying it's fine.
In regards to Holly Berry, Miss Diva said, "I know someone slept for a Happy Meal and fries."
Hey, shit happens.
She was
right.
Benny said, "Money and having a high position will make anybody look like George Clooney or Al B."
Jay-Z said, he goes, there's no such thing as an ugly billionaire. I'm cute. That's the Jay-Z line.
Pleasure.
Hey.
What up?
I'm gonna let you self-promote while I go.
Oh snap!
Handle your business. And I'll be right back.
I while Challz is in there, I'm gonna say I got like 2 new singles. Just follow an artist named Flizz and go follow me on Spotify and artist named Flizz on everywhere. Just follow me and get all the music as it comes out, man. I'm telling you, I'm doing some fly stuff right now, man. So
like always,
yeah, man.
But yeah, I'm in the stew. I'm cooking up and working on a new album called "They Counting Me Out." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got January 12th. I'm at the Strand with the Locks. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, hit me up, yo. I'm cooking.
I need to hear that remix. The Champagne's a good vibe.
Oh, did I tell you? You know who's on a remix?
Oh,
you know who's on a remix?
You know,
Shout out to J Deuce. Shout out to J Deuce.
I heard about it. I gotta
He said, I heard about it. He said, I heard about it. yo, listen, J Deuce, like he when the vocals came in, I'm like, ooh. But yeah, everybody's welcome. We going to Florida to shoot the video in St. Pete, you know what I'm saying, with J Deuce. And we about to have a good time though.
Speaking of material.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh,
for Challz.
I got you. Look, your boy came with the flash drive. It's 2024, basically,
flash
man.
Drives.
So yeah, oh man, listen, I'm having a hard time dealing with that too. So yeah, I got a brand new mixtape out right now. It's part 1 of 3. There's like 2 more coming soon. It's be part of a collective called 101 Blends. I've been working on this thing for a long time, and I just finally got to work with it. My mind was just really stuffed and really stressed out for the past 3 months, and I really got a chance to clear it out. And here's the product of it right there. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's on YouTube. It's on my SoundCloud. It's on my Mixcloud. And you can download it. The link is on my Facebook. I don't know why people don't scroll. The algorithms go off. Challz is my brand new R&B mixtape right there. Hope you enjoy it. It's an hour long. I've been doing mixtapes since 88, 89.
Oh, yep.
Like since my St. Rayfield Academy.
We said legendary. We did say legendary, right?
Do y'all know about what the 4-track is?
Oh,
the 4-track is?
Yeah.
Man, listen. When my uncle was teaching me how to mix and do all of that stuff, I used to go to his crib. He lived in Lockwood, right? And I used to go there like every other weekend, just like freaked out, bring my records, blah, blah, blah. And one week he taught me how to use the 4-track, and he showed me. When I got the logistics of it, I was just like, oh man,
game over.
Fucking ideas started running. It is. So when I finally it took me 2 years to make the goddamn tape too. I released it out in 92. It was called Quarter L.
Mm-hmm.
Man, but from then, you gotta understand. I've been making mixtapes since shit before I grew hair on my balls. So me coming into the evolution where now everything has to be on a USB, on a flash drive, versus me making it on a CD, putting the cover out and going to sell it. It's just like, man, I could probably only find 1 or 2 people right now that could sell that USB without a problem. Shouts to my man Crook Rock. You know what I'm saying? Crook be out there.
The grind king. The grind king.
Super hustler. Are you kidding me? I saw this dude in Atlanta. I might vacate.
Wow. Wait, was you in Atlanta when we was in Atlanta?
I think so.
Yeah, because
in January.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
yeah. We was out there. Like I had a show out there. I shot a video out there. Shout out to Country Buck. Yeah.
He was just out there just working.
Damn, if he would have said that, I would have told you to pull up to the video show and everything.
For a quick stint.
Yeah.
I had to make up for some other stuff. So
yeah, all right. So we ate good while we was out there. We did.
But me as a DJ, in the years I've had doing this, it's just like USB part is still still getting used to it, because I'm used to my consumers pressing skip, going back. Oh, I gotta hear that again. Oh no, you gotta bring that back. No. I'm used to that. So with the 1 track that goes 60, 70, 80, 90 minutes, and y'all go hit the rewind button and accidentally bring it all the way back when you was on the 44-minute mark. I know how annoying that gets. So sometimes even for my USBs, I want to give y'all the 1 track, which is, I want to keep it short and sweet, but it's got to be lengthy. It's got to be at least an hour. Mm-hmm. Y'all could tolerate at least an hour of some solid blends. I can deal with that. I could deal with that. Anything over that and it starts to turn this way, sideways, I don't know. And also, the thing is, on some of the USBs, I like to give you a folder of the whole mixtape, separated blends. So you get to have the blends as a whole, tracked out. So that it's not mixed in with another song or another song coming behind it or in front of it, or whatever it is. It's just the track itself, almost like it's its own CD. So when these joints come out and you know I got them USB blends for sale, like, please hit me up. I got you. It's new to me. I'm getting it.
All right. So look, I wanna salute the DJ Lefty for that. And I want to check the comments before we get to these last two topics of the night. Can the guests please drop the name of the social media so we can subscribe? Ace wants the name.
That's on YouTube too, so yeah.
DJ Lefty 401 on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. It's a whole different animal. I have my company Behind the Wheels LLC. I also have official one-handed DJ. Listen, one of the best things that happened to me was my IG got hacked back in August. Listen, I was mad because I lost my resources to current music and all fashion and all topics up above. But the one thing that it did get me away from was me following other DJs and other trend-setting things that were just taking me away from my original content. Almost like it draws you to do what they do, which is not really like full substance. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to doing things with full substance. So sometimes when you see some of the DJs go online because they got stems on their Serato and it's like all of a sudden it just feels like they're making blueberry muffins with pancakes. That's what sometimes the blends online feel to me like. I work with substance. I'm working with crack, cocaine, and fentanyl over here. You know what I'm saying?
He said, I'm in the kitchen.
We need a whole day.
Pancakes.
We need a whole day. Boom in the building. Boom said he heard it already.
DJ Boom, what's popping?
What up, Boom? Boom knows what I'm talking about. We're not gonna
yes, sir.
Listen, bro. Listen. We need a whole day. I want to get you, Boom, and about 4 more DJs and just have a real
conversation,
Rhode Island discussion about DJs. Just that's a whole nother thing we want to do. We should make a whole special show just for that. Just bring y'all DJs and we just talk DJ and music, old school, everything. Let's set that up.
So even Challz, to bring it into that, just to hypen up the idea, you'd have to bring in the DJs according to decades.
Ooh.
Because in certain decades, there was DJs that mattered in the 80s. There was DJs that mattered in the 90s.
So you need
DJs that mattered
DJ
in 2Ks, and there's DJs that mattered from 2010 till now.
Right. Benny, I see your question. I'm gonna get to you. No, but I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but he wrote it 3 times. So he's like, he wrote 3 times. So he said, "Hey fellas, what got y'all into doing music?" We're gonna get to that.
Me being me.
Let's talk about it.
Me being me. I got a podcast. I'm working on a podcast of my life story a little bit to come out next year. It's still in the works, but just to elaborate with me as a DJ, me growing up handicapped, born, raised with one hand in Cape Verdean cultured household. My parents always looked at me as being like, you know what? Don't let nobody cripple you. Don't let nobody put you down. Don't let nobody consider you less than. You have 2 hands, which comes back to my trick question from why I asked the trick question. How many hands do I really have? And if you really said Lefty has 2 hands, then you are absolutely right. If you sat there and thought about it and you said, oh my God, does he really have 2 hands? He was still absolutely right about that. My parents entrusted me with that gift, first of all, to control my mind. And believe you me, once I left that house as a little kid, man, oh my God, the world was me. It wasn't like I was denied with sports. I was denied with little social things like that. I remember balling at Roger Williams Park in like 82, 83, wanted to go break dance. DJ Buck was there, DJ, and all these namesake people was there. And all of a sudden, I'm like at the front of the line, getting ready to get on the cardboard. And they're like, oh, you can't get on there. I don't know, you got one hand. I don't know what's going to happen. You might break the other one. You know what I'm saying? So I was heartbroken as a little kid. So when the art of DJing came to me, I kept that shit secret for like almost 4 years. Like only my closest people knew that I was actually in the basement or at my friend's house cutting, scratching records up to PE, you know what I'm saying, the Beastie Boys, Def Jam, to Audio 2, you name it. I was cutting them records
Audio
up.
2,
and it wasn't until
audio.
I got to Hope High School after I left St. Rayfield Academy in 1991. And the story is Mike Nice and Paul Michael, my man Paul Michael back in the day was performing. It was
thing with the reggae stuff right now, right?
And so Paul Gale, I know it's Paul Gale. Y'all call it Paul Michael.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a different Paul Michael, not the reggae DJ. Different dude. Paul Anthony, excuse me. I'm getting names all confused now. He goes by so many aliases. But Mike Nice, DJ Big Leg, was supposed to perform at that show, and for some reason he couldn't come. And so when they were scrambling looking for a DJ, my man on the side was just like, "What about Alan? He a DJ." And everybody looked at me like, "Huh? Like, since when is he DJ? No, he plays ball. He does all the things." Mm-hmm. And once I took center stage and the curtains opened up and the whole school, literally everybody just dropped their mouths and the eyes went spit wide open like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. It was just like the show was over after that.
Wow, Lefty, dope story. Salute. It's from Benny.
Appreciate y'all.
TJ.
Yeah, boy. You heard it already.
TJ,
what's poppin'?
How you get into music?
Roy, to be honest.
Salute
real Roy. Shit. Like Roy was a DJ, you know what I'm saying? Like Cousin's a DJ. Like so my Roy's sister, my cousin Temple, like she passed away, you know what I'm saying? And like Roy was just in the crib for like a year, maybe 2 years, just DJing. And then he was just like, "Yo, like you can rap." I'm like, "I can't rap," you know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Nigga, you sing everybody's song. Rap." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So once I figured out how to put together the song, he actually helped me how to structure everything. You know what I mean? And then it was just from there. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, me, the other T, shout out to Tommy, you know what I'm saying? My cousin Tommy, the other TJ, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just started cooking up. You know what I'm saying? Roy putting out the mixtapes. We doing all the freestyles and the intros and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like we came from that era. Like the Lefty, Mike Nice, Roy. Like, that's what you was hearing all summer. You know what I'm saying? And me, I'm trying to be on everybody mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, I'm gonna come over there.
Sitting there trying to be on everybody's level.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna come over there, drop a verse on your joint. I'm gonna go over there, drop a verse on Mike Nice joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's pretty much how I built up my name. And then not even that, in school, like Flizz, I was probably one of the first dudes. Like what's what was it, like when you got the football game, the pep rally before the game?
Yep.
Yo, DJ Buck gave me the mic. It was a rap.
I remember that. I was there.
I had the whole school jumping.
Yo,
the first thing he said is, "Yo, don't swear."
What school was it? Central.
He said, "Don't swear." I'm like, "Yo, what the?" And the crowd went wild, like, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, it was just like, bombs.
I ain't gonna front. That's a moment in my life, like my local Rhode Island history. I remember that because being in high school, and I was like, "Oh snap! This fool done grabbed me. He's rapping at school." I was like, salute.
Real shit. You know, I had on my army fatigues. I already know I had the cream army fatigues.
That's the shit niggas dream about.
You know what I'm saying? With the black champ, with the black, was the champion hoodies back then? Whatever, I had the black hoodie on with the army fatigue jacket, bro. Some wheat Timbs.
That was a good day.
Go, Flizzy. What made you get into music, Flizzy?
It's kind of, I'm a nerd for music. You know what I mean? Like, I just love music. And this, we all come from the era when hip hop wasn't what hip hop is now. So, for instance, this predates Rap City and MTV Rap. When you was a slave to the radio, we didn't have the internet, you could play whatever. So, like it or not, everybody in our era, we all listened to 92 Pro FM. We all listened to Michael Jackson or whatever that came on. And so when being our age, when hip hop started coming in, it's like, oh, this new thing is fire. I had an aptitude to it because I love music, period. So it's like our love of music, because of our ages, we predate when you can just pick to just listen to rap. You had to listen to music.
Yeah, to listen to a lot of stuff.
You had to listen
just hip hop.
Yeah. Like you might have Stevie Wonder, Temptations, to Fleetwood Mac on. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. You too. we
Guns N' Roses.
We listened to music.
Motley Crue.
I started doing everything, even at that young age. But then when rap came along, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know if I was like dope enough or cool enough. Like, I mean, in my charisma, my personal swag to do it. Yeah. So I was just like
DMC and DJ.
Like you said, you didn't know you were DJing and your boys didn't know. Only my closest people knew. Oh, this dude Trav, he's in the basement rapping. I have my little cassette tape. You know what I mean? Then finally, the first time, I might be, I don't want to lie, but I think the first time I ever had the courage to rap in front of people was I had to go to summer school at Central.
Yep.
And I wrote a rap about the digestive system. I rapped it from beginning to end. I wrote a rap about how digestive works from start to end.
Put a 1 in the comments if you went to summer school at Central. I know I did.
You have finalized that you was a nerd with that one.
No, yo, bro, I own that. I own that. I didn't have.
Well, we gotta be nerds when we smart. You gotta be.
Yeah, I didn't have a rapper's charisma. I wasn't into the streets. I had street dudes at my back, but I wasn't the one out there doing street shit. I was just like,
I'll be honest though. At a certain point, everybody wasn't street dudes that was rappers. No, there was a lot of dudes that was street dudes, and even if you from the street, don't mean you just gang tough. You know what I'm saying? So that's a myth.
But I'm saying, I know what you mean. In the early 90s, it's kind of like, are you cool enough to do this? And then never mind the battle rap scene, because not the battle rap today where it's all pre-written. Yeah. I'm talking about battle rap when it was off the head. Top. Right now, grossing.
I bet you we can do a list of 20 rappers that was not street.
Facts.
PM Dawn. Kwame, there was mad people that what we assumed we felt like everybody.
I rock with Kwame. Way. I like PM Dawn too.
PM Dawn, Kwame. What's the skinny dude? Def something over in the West Coast. We can name
Def Jeff.
Dale the Funky Homo Sapien.
Def Jeff.
Def Jeff.
You know, Def Jeff is from the original. I like to say not Cold Crush Brother. What's the other one? I think it's Fearless 4.
No way. Is he really?
Oh, yes.
And he moved over there. Because he brought balls out. I didn't know that. We felt like everybody was all street, but there was a lot of regular. They just was rappers.
They
just was rapping.
Yep.
If we think long enough, we can name 20, 50 that just
they wasn't a bunch.
Tough guy. They were just rappers. Let me see.
And I was into all of them. I was into everybody.
J. Rue the Damager. And he was anti all of that. He was anti all of that.
Yeah, there were certain rappers who were like, you can't be corny, you can't be street. Yeah. You got to be knowledgeable.
No in
one time,
in between.
Yeah.
We were talking about this guy one time, and you figured the name out. And I was trying to describe him, and you were like, oh, da-da-da. And you figured the name out. Divine Styler.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember Divine Styler? What happened to Divine Styler? Yo, rap was everybody. See, that's what we didn't understand. Everybody had a chance. What's the dude? I wish I was a little bit taller.
Skilo.
I wish I was a baller.
Skilo.
He wasn't gay. I wish I was. I wish I had a girl who looked good.
Did he only have one hit? He really only had one hit, right?
He had 2 hits.
What was the other one?
I'm
back in the days.
That's Ahmad. Ahmad had 2 hits.
There was a time you could be yourself. There was a time, and you still.
I feel like rappers should be themselves right now.
You're supposed to be yourself.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Divine Styler, Def Jeff, Skilo. Who else we got? Like, we could get a list of 20, bro, of rappers who were just.
What's up? Milk is chilling.
Audio 2. Rappers who were just themselves.
But they was
Special Ed. I had
the
highest title. He wasn't gangster. Slick Rick wasn't. It was the moment I feared. Like,
yo, Slick Rick is in my top 10.
Nigga, now that's what you call a classic. Me and Wifey listened to the Great Adventures of Slick Rick. Yep. We listened to that when we was in, I think we was in Florida. And we played it. I only skipped one song.
Which one?
What song?
Because I can't find
Little Indian Girl.
I love that native girl shit at the end.
No,
we only skipped one song.
I love that shit.
No, you had to skip it.
I love that shit.
Skipper.
It's only one skip.
He over here cried with Spears and Indian drums are going, hey,
I'll play Treat like a prostitute.
Before
I play Little Indian Girl.
It's only one song to skip.
And do you know, and the Great Adventure, that Treated Like a Prostitute is actually a remake.
Because he had a beatbox behind it, right?
The original one is with Dougie Fresh.
Didn't know that. Nah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Straight raw.
Yeah. So
Fuck with
That's
me. I know
Slick
my
Rick.
shit.
Now you talk about that is a class to us.
Yep.
Me and Wifey played the whole job. I'm telling you, we only skipped Little Indian Girl. We only skipped that. But
so what songs after that? What songs after that?
After Little Indian Girl, I think it's
Teenage Love.
Teenage Love. No.
I think.
Yeah.
Because I remember on the cassette, Little Indian Girl.
Mona Lisa.
Yo.
Scoop Kid. Young. What's it?
Hey Young
Hey
World.
Young Worlds.
That's the
Wait,
those are all
so wait.
B-side joints.
Who was it?
What's this?
It goes Treat Her Like a Prostitute.
Teacher, can you help me do it?
Yup,
The
yup.
last song of the album is
Lick the Balls.
Benny said he still got your first CD. He gave it to you.
Oh yeah, that's the
That's
TNT joint.
That
This
whole
world.
album playlist from '88, and it's like 2023.
Word.
Crazy.
But yo, you remember him coming to the Civic Center,
then we'll
right?
go to the next joint.
Who was the Cigarette?
I think we got 5.
All time.
20 rappers who were just themselves. They weren't thugs.
All right.
TJ, let's do this. 20 rappers who were just themselves. They weren't thugs. And I'm gonna put the list up tomorrow. We already got 5. We got Kwame, Divine Styler, Def Jeff. I think I said Dale the Funky Homo Sapien.
Heavy D.
Heavy D.
Yep.
Young MC.
Yep.
Young MC.
Who else? Who?
Edo G.
Edo.
Would you throw third base in there?
But we just felt Edo was still hood.
Queen Latifah.
We felt Edo was hood.
Would you throw third base in there?
I would throw third base in there. They weren't hard.
But at one point,
it was reckon like be a father to your child.
Yeah, you're right.
Like
that wasn't. Yeah.
Like I didn't really consider like LOG holding.
No, he wasn't. He definitely wasn't. He was telling you not to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's the kind of when you talk about. I'm thinking of a rapper that wouldn't like.
No. And honestly, I think everybody we naming, all of that stuff came after them. And I think it came after Edo, because Edo G was early.
What about Kid and Play?
Mid-80s.
Like
Kid and Play?
Late 90s. I think Edo G might have been 88, like 89.
He might be from early pop porn. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
Surface with Teddy and Special K, that's 90.
Yeah. Let me think. What we got down south?
You just said Teddy.
What we got down south?
You said Kid and Play?
Kid and Play?
Kid and Play.
Yeah, 87, 88.
Some females. MC Light was not thuggish.
Salt and
Latifah wasn't thuggish. Salt and Pepper wasn't thuggish.
Most of the girls wasn't thugging back then.
No, not the girls.
Like back then, no girls was really on that thug shit. All the girl rappers were kind of like
until you had I don't give a fuck. I don't give not a single fuck. Not a single solitary fuck. Not a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Boss. Remember Boss?
I'll bring up the name that.
But she wasn't really getting
which had a college education.
Yeah.
I don't give. Boss was nasty till we found out. Somebody did a little expose. Some reporter
found out one of her songs. I didn't like her album.
Boss was nasty.
I bought her album.
Def Jeff produced the whole shit. What you knew the beats.
That's why he liked Def Jeff.
I love Def Jeff. I'm lame like that. I rock with Def Jeff.
The only one. I'm a Def Jeff fan from back in those days.
And Def Jeff only got a couple joints, but at that time it was what it was. Def Jeff.
Wait, so hold up. So you gotta throw DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince in there.
Fresh Prince, Cash Money Marvelous. Cash Money and Marvelous.
DJ Cash Money.
We said Skilo earlier, and then
that's a Sonic.
That's a Sonic. At one point, it was just regular to just be yourself. Bro.
Yeah, like if you name old school rappers, there were mad rappers who wasn't.
So Tribe Called Quest.
It always has been.
Like anybody, like anybody in the Zulu movement. You know what I mean?
Salute to Benny. He said, I can tell you guys are real hip hop heads because when he said he skipped one song, you all asking which song in unison. That Greatest Ventures of Slick Rick album was my freaking life. I honestly, no bullshit, I can sing every lyric on that whole album, every single one. But you know what's dope about that album is he made a real rap album that was just banging, and it made hits. He didn't try to make hits. He just made good music, and the shit was just hits. Teenage Girl, the radio somebody would never make a song like that. Teenage Love, and say, okay, this is a hit record. No, he just made records. He just made records that were good. No one would ever tell you to make a song like that. Damn, what's the other joint? Shot back with me, mister. Children's Story. Yeah. That is not a radio record.
Hey, yo, hold up. Hey, yo, you know what's crazy?
It's a tragedy.
But it's one of the greatest records in the history.
But you see him perform this shit? The story's told. But when he performed it, and at the Civic Center, the stage, the bed, the fucking whole stage turned around, and then the bed from the video, Uncle Ricky. Yo, that's yo.
Yes.
Yo.
And that was just a creative guy with a production team. He had Def Jam, Vance Wright, and Rick Rubin. All these guys. Now imagine he didn't set out to make radio, because radio records at the time did not sound like that.
No.
If you remember that's the fucking late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
It was
that was 88.
It was Guy. Even before Guy. That was before Guy. That was Patrice Rush. That was Patti LaBelle. That was
Luther Vandross.
That was not that. That's when you had to wait to 7 songs to hear one rap song.
That's a fact.
If you got one.
That's a fact.
You had to wait through a mad bunch of R&B, slow, whatever.
You know what? I so like love Slick Rick and idolized him when I was young.
Why?
Is because I don't know if y'all feel this way. Slick Rick to me was alternative hip hop. To me, like the songs you're naming when it came out, it wasn't Rakim.
They were more popish.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it wasn't Big Daddy Kane.
Early popish. It was like
before even. Flizz, the thing that you have to understand in hip hop in that time, it was centralized out of New York City.
Yes.
So it was based on New York City.
Whatever New York gave us.
Party life, mostly coming from Brooklyn and Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? All the tough records were coming in from Bronx, Queens, or whatever it is. But the lifestyle of the party mode were coming from Brooklyn in Manhattan.
I get it, but I'm also talking about the way he rapped with that English accent and like all that to me was like new.
And then he's like, yo,
he didn't
sound like,
he's calling people peasants.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, to me, I was like, this is different.
Everything new was what we expected. We expected the next record to be something different. It wasn't supposed to be exactly like the last record.
At a certain
point, when Ice-T came out, I am another well. Before that, 6 in the morning, police at my door. Yep. That's different. It was different. No one was doing that. Schoolie D.
That record came from a Schoolie D.
You know what I'm saying? Pushing that. People always say, "What the hell does that mean?" P is for the people who can't understand how one homeboy became a man. S for the way he scream and shout. One by one, I'm knocking you out. K for the way my DJ cutting. Other MCs, man, you can't say nothing. On and on to the break of dawn. Till my word is born. Yo, Schoolie D. Bang it. EST.
I love them.
EST, one of the most underrated.
I like Cool C and Steady B too.
Cool C and Steady B. Now listen, I am a connoisseur of
Philly rap.
Philly, Steady B, Cool C. What's my guy? Rich. He's the guy came after them. He was in their camp. Richie Rich or something like that. Dale could tell me better than that, but he came after them. But he was in their camp. They put out a lot of good music. But Steady B was a pure rapper. Schoolie D, you got it. Yeah. He could rap, and I liked him. But you knew he wasn't. You knew he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't nice.
But he was
Cool C wasn't nice.
He took it in the eye.
You know what? Here's the funny thing that people have to realize, right? In the middle of us as being young adolescents and enjoying what we was hearing at that point and still being brand new, fresh to our ears, is that we never realized that on the other side why they had to make certain rap records, why they had to make certain records. Like you just pointed out with Cool C making the Glamorous Life, he was signed to Atlantic.
He was.
We didn't realize that these label deals were in hindsight.
They had to do that.
They're business loans. They give you X amount of money. They give you X amount of things for you to put out your product.
You got
the
it.
Money comes
the
back.
Glamorous Life.
The video was dope too.
You got it. Yeah. I'm living the life.
This in hindsight, back in the days with all the music we enjoyed, like nobody ever sold over 1 million records until a certain point.
No, who was the first to sell a million records? Was it Run DMC?
No, I think it might have been Houdini. Might have been Houdini.
In the realms of the hip.
I think Houdini with Friends.
Oh,
they
yeah,
had
Friends.
3 hits on back to back. They had Friends.
Yep.
They had
Who the first rapper to go platinum?
I think Houdini was the first to go platinum.
Was it Hammer?
No, actually, first rapper.
Was it Hammer?
Nah,
first rapper to go.
Check it. I think Houdini.
Curtis
Blow.
Blow.
First group.
Yep.
First.
Can I tell y'all something? Can I tell you some blasphemy? Can I tell you some blasphemy?
What?
I never ever really I tolerated Curtis Blow.
I never liked Curtis Blow.
I was never into Curtis Blow like that. Basketball.
Because Curtis Blow was before our time. Curtis
right.
Blow
So
from the
well, he was our
that's
time.
A fact. So just think about this.
What?
He was mad that he had to open up for New Edition.
Hey, I just Googled
the little guys.
He thought he was.
Yeah.
Yo,
he said, I'm not going on before them.
No, this them.
Google is trying to say in 1988 the first platinum record was Tone Loc's Wild Thing.
Ooh, that's wrong because
that gotta be.
That's
wrong.
what Google's saying.
That's
saying
wrong because
first,
I'm telling you, Houdini.
I'm telling you, with Diamond, bro.
Look, I didn't say Diamond. We said platinum.
Platinum.
Listen, Houdini. I remember vividly people not giving Houdini their credit because they had 3 bangers in a row off that album. They had Friends. They had Freaks Come Out at Night, and they had a third one.
5 minutes of fun.
They had the other one. They had
that's the one
where he broke with the girl on the record, like
Big Mouth.
She's Big Mouth.
Oh yeah,
they had like 5 hits.
This site says legendary Brooklyn-born rap group Houdini rose to fame in the 80s with hip-hop's first double platinum album, Escape.
I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. Houdini was the first.
They had 6 studio albums and 14 singles to hit the Billboard charts. 4 albums were certified platinum.
I understand.
4 albums.
I know what happened with Houdini. I know why I stopped. Because Houdini was Houdini at the time. And I'm in the house, jolly with this party don't stop. You know what I'm saying? So I was into that. But then I hate to say it, but Jungle Brothers came and then Tribe came.
Yeah.
And when Tribe came and EPMD, it was a wrap because they changed everything. Once Tribe, EPMD,
the crossover,
the whole flavor unit, the freaking.
They changed the landscape of how you was viewing the hip.
You couldn't. Once you heard Tip and Fife,
which a lot of us did with look at.
And not even that. I'm even going back LL.
Like you said, you couldn't feel Curtis Blow, but you went in, you felt Houdini
and LL Cool J.
And then after Houdini. LL.
But even LL went commercial.
I still remember the video.
LL went commercial. I Need Love. They're like, yo, don't put this out. He's like, nah.
But I Need Love.
They didn't want him to put that out.
The hood accepted I Need Love. We love that shit.
That shit was a smacker.
Yo, LL Cool J to me is one of the GOATs.
Then you see the video.
Can't nobody say nothing bad about LL to me.
Well,
I love
only
LL.
thing I say about LL.
I love that dude
of all time. But I said it before and I'll say it again. LL was kind of corny.
I can't
Let's
agree
be
with
honest,
that.
bro.
I love LL Cool J,
We love
bro.
his corniness, but he's corny, bro.
I don't see nothing corny about him.
Until Mama said,
knock you out.
Where the story came up is to being like, okay, your grandmother raised you,
right?
Not your actual parents.
There's nothing corny about that.
There's nothing corny about that. But your grandmother had you protected under a lot of stuff, and she raised you with a strong arm, with a strong arm from mom. Which respect to all moms out there, from grandmothers and people that grew up, you know what I'm saying, our brothers and sisters and stuff like that. Like those people grew up with heavy discipline. They grew up with a with strictness in their house. So you had to follow that.
You know, when you walk in grandma's house, everything changes.
Yeah. Even the air feels a little thicker.
Listen, like, I'm the biggest LL Cool J fan, but some of that stuff was a little corny.
Name 2 songs.
That's why he says, oh, he's so corny. Like he says that he's talking about himself. That's the chick says he's so corny. He knows that people call him corny.
He said, "I'm going."
He knows that.
I actually took on,
but I love that shit.
But he wasn't corny on the first 2 albums.
I go.
What's the Black Cat? Is that the album?
No, Radio and I'm Back.
What's the album?
Bigger and Deffer.
I went back and listened to that.
Everybody was questioning.
I did it.
Walking with a Panda.
Me and wife were going to Vermont, and I did an LL Cool J. I said I'm going to listen because I'm gonna go to sleep. I did an LL.
My rhyme ain't done this corny.
That song was crack. Hell no.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
That song was crack.
It was cracked back in the day.
For real.
Wait. I'm gonna
my rhyme ain't done.
I'm gonna pick up the thing right now and do LL. But I listened. I don't know how long ago you listened to LL. I listened to LL recently, and I went through all them joints, all the albums, most of them. Once I got to like LL Cool J, the album where after Mama Said Knock You Out, and it just started declining a little bit.
I think that was 14 Shots to the Dome after that album.
14 Shots to the Dome was a really bad album. But
he said that too.
What's the one with Boys II Men on it? What's that one?
Oh, I forgot. The Hey Love.
Here's the proof about how his corniness worked. Tina got a big old butt.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
I told you I'd be true, but Tina got a big old butt.
So I'm
leaving you.
See ya!
Yo,
One of the realest.
If we're gonna have an honest LL Cool J situation.
I know.
Let's have an honest LL Cool J situation.
LL was my guy.
LL, I never saw a rapper perpetually making a comeback. Every 2 years, he was making a comeback. No other rapper had to come back all the time.
Listen.
Don't call it a
Don't
comeback.
call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Rocking my
And
pin.
every time, if you go back and watch it, because they got them on YouTube, the old ass Rap City episodes. Anytime LL was on there, he was talking about his upcoming album that was going to be a comeback. This is the late 80s. He's making comebacks.
The late 80s.
Mid 90s, he's making a comeback.
Walking with a Panther.
98, he's making a comeback.
Those were 90s.
That's what I'm saying. Like
He's
that album,
making
they consider one of his worst albums.
No other rapper had to do that.
I
He'll
think
consider that one of his worst albums because he was
14 shots.
Nah,
Yeah, he hates 14 shots.
He hates 14.
He
shots.
hates.
No, you know what's
14
worse
shots.
than that?
What?
Exit 13.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
But that was him just getting off that contract. He's like,
But you know what the thing about LL Cool J is though? LL, this is me. He reinvents himself every album. I like Radio didn't sound like Bigger and Deffer. Bigger and Deffer didn't sound like Mama Said Knock You Out. Mama Said Knock You Out didn't sound like 14 shots. So I think that maybe that's like I gotta come with this new shit. It's like
then you got the cannabis
But the
battle.
other thing too is that you got to remember, like between the 80s and the 90s, there was a lot of supremacy about rap supremacy too. So a lot of that held,
And rap changed
the
quickly.
realms of an LL Cool J, a Rakim, Cool G Rap, and all these like elite MCs and stuff like that. Even KRS with all of them going back and forth with the thing. Like there was a lot of
KRS had to make a comeback too.
That rap supremacy
up
had
next.
but the rap supremacy part of the streets had to reflect on the records a little bit.
I get it.
When you're going left with the records, it's now they start with, especially with LL, like, okay, you drop I Lead Love, which sold like Jesus Christmas.
Paying cookies in a plastic bag.
What's that?
Getting
He hates that. He hates that album. Yeah.
You know why he made that? He was high. That's why he made that. That's what he's talking about.
No,
for real. He said that shit.
Like, I gotta come back.
LL got a song called "Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf."
Oh yeah.
I don't even remember that song.
I almost wrote a song by that title.
Wait,
I got
what album that's on?
I don't even know what's. I don't even know what it says. It came.
Who's
out.
afraid of the big bad? I feel like I remember that shit, yo.
That
I
came.
feel like it's on that album. The fucking what's it? The black.
I don't think it's Walking
Is
on
it on
the
that?
Panther.
Is it Walking on the Panther?
What album that is?
Is it on that album?
I don't think so.
I know it's because it came out after Jingling Baby and hold on, wait.
Nah, that
This
was
came
my album,
out.
right?
Yeah.
This came out
Mama
after Around the World, and a lot of time LL had
After
to be
Around the Way,
remixed.
Girl.
Then it could've
A
been
lot.
that.
Yeah, it came out after Around the Way, Girl. It came out. Hold on, let me see. Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf?
Which album?
That probably
Simply
was
Mad
on, like,
About the Mouse.
It sounded like
I
it was
don't know
on
what
like the
that
New
is.
Jersey sound, New
Yes.
Jersey Drive
Yeah,
soundtrack.
that's a
or
weird
some
album.
shit.
Simply Mad About the Mouse. I think that's some weird shit. But
That soundtrack smacks though.
so
Wait,
listen,
who's on?
he was
Is Redman
LL
on
was
there?
always
Is Redman on
making a
there?
comeback,
Naughty by Nature,
doing
right?
it well, lounging. Those are comeback
Those are
records.
bangers,
Yeah.
though.
They bangers, but they
bangers.
comeback. They was comeback records. Matter of fact, let me show you. I'm gonna show
I
you.
represent
To the Break of Dawn.
Yeah.
To the Break of Dawn brought him back, but the remix brought him back. It was always a remix. I got with Marley Marl. Now I'm doing Jingling Baby. It was always a remix because the record he would drop would be corny. The original version was always corny. Then he would go reach out. He'd get Marley Marl. Then Marley Marl. He remixed it. Booming System. That was a remix.
Now let's take it back to New York City culture. Why was half of the records being remixed? Because they wasn't reaching the likes of Red Alert or Mr. Magic to play it. You get what I'm saying? Once they reached their hands, it was
a rap.
It was a certain height. But when like you said, when Tribe or De La or Jungle Brothers, them shits was getting ran every week.
But that's Red Alert's team though.
And don't get it wrong.
That's the track.
The Sonics too on them on the native tongues were different than what the records everybody was used to.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
You got a Rick Rubin produced record on an LL going hard versus Prince Paul and Stetsasonic combining to do all the records for native tongue or at the point and whatever it is. And we go back to the promo by.
But even De La left native. Even De La stopped messing with Prince Paul after a while. They had started doing their own thing.
They did their own thing. They were completely left. De La Soul, 3 Feet High and Rising was completely left. But the album
Flower
was
Power
dope.
and all
But
that.
the album was dope to us because
It was.
when we wasn't on that street level, we was.
Can I be honest with you though? I went back.
Be in the house before the street, like, come on.
De La Soul just they just got all the rights to the music.
Yep.
God bless.
And they released Daisy Age. They released not Daisy Age. It's called 3 Feet High and Rising. Yep. I listened to all of that shit about 6-7 months ago. I listened to everything. I went and listened to Stakes is High, all that, and I realized that 3 Feet High, as much as I revered it and I put it in like these levels, I realized a lot of that stuff I had to skip right now.
Right
now. Like I had to skip. I was like, I remember this, and back then I was skipping it then.
Because it was part of our adolescence.
It was part of and some of the stuff is like, yo, this is like, I can't listen to it. Like, I already know where this goes. It's like a skit with it's just nonsense. A lot of their skits just was goofy. But they were 18 years old. And guess how old I was. Guess how old I was when they dropped it. 18.
So you related to it.
13 when they dropped.
I related to it at the time.
Yeah.
And some of it's good, but as I relate to this stuff got better, it got better as and briefly Stakes is High and all that, it got better.
Yeah.
Balloon Mind State was different too.
So you can't even rate hip hop. Sometimes it's in a bubble. Like at the time, it was good. You know what I'm saying? At the time, it was like, that's just amazing. Go back and listen to De La Funk Homo Sapien now. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Like alien shit.
It's gonna feel weird.
It's like that's the era that you was coming up in. So it's like basically saying how with the drill music and everything, like this is what the kids relate to. This is what their era.
Yeah.
Your palette,
you know what I'm saying?
Which
so
is
like
low key crazy that if drill is all these kids got, they in trouble, bro.
But all this
but
stuff,
that's what.
But it's important to know
that we grew up with Mobb Deep.
All these different elements of hip hop and rap were all being spawned between 87 to 90. While we talked about, like we said, the mecca of hip hop was Brooklyn and Harlem, where they was releasing so much trend-setting records, fashion records, you know, fly girl records, fly guy records, you know what I'm saying, style records where it trended up to dance, to move, and to be so glued to the culture.
Facts.
All of a sudden, like now we're looking at a group like De La Soul, they're left field. We're looking at Philly rap, they're hard, but they're not like New York.
Man, we can talk about this shit all night. Listen,
we even had Miami with Luke and them doing
Luke and them.
We didn't consider that hip hop until a point where now they're getting cut.
They're getting banned.
They're getting banned. It's just like,
they're
part of us
banned in the
USA. I look at titties and ass just as much as they do.
Yo, listen. We over time.
He said, hold up until that record comes on.
What I'm going to do,
don't stop getting.
I want to have this conversation because we said we would, but we are over time. I'm going to give us 8 minutes to finish this conversation about Biggie with the lack of
forgot about that.
Material. We said we're going to discuss it, so I want to discuss it.
All right.
Flizzy said Biggie only has 2 albums. Why do we put his catalog up against people
That's a question.
who have so much more music to offer?
No, it was more on the lines of when homie was talking about Eminem and saying his body of work.
Body of work.
So when you say body of work, that encompasses your body of work, bro. So the thing is, I know we wanna put Biggie and we wanna put him on the pedestal, but if you start saying body of work, he don't got that.
Let me start this one.
He has a body of work.
I need
and
this
it's fire.
And then I'm gonna let Lefty talk and TJ talk. But this one I'm gonna say about Biggie's body of work, right? Yep. Go back and put it on when you get in your car. Go back and listen to Ready to Die, and then go back and listen to what's the second? The double joint.
Armed and Dangerous. Ain't too many can bang with us. And straight up, we no angel dust.
Listen,
label us notorious.
This guy, when we talk about cadences, when you talk about lyrical structure, double entendres, metaphors, when you talk about everything that a good MC has, a good rapper, when you go back, you listen to his confidence, it's like everything that he says. He's taking stuff out of the box that don't have nothing to do with rap and making it into rap, right? He's drawn from every other. If you go back and listen to the double CD, it's every kind of style on there.
Bring some weed.
There is nothing that's missing. There is underground. There is gangster. There is happy go lucky. There's party. There's club. There is everything on there. No one has done that to that level. He's talking about his own death on that thing. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds dope. Niggas bleed. You said you quoted him last week. Niggas bleed just like us.
Yo, I'm not. Oh, trust me.
So
I like this shit.
he still got quotables that resonate right now. You could walk to a group of niggas right now that don't know you from a hole in the fucking wall.
Start rapping one of them Biggie
and
verses.
You say niggas bleed just like us. They gonna be like, picture me being scared of it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna know what you talking about. And he died 25 years ago. When he died? 95, 96?
97.
97.
Pop died in 96.
2007, 2017, 2023. What's that? 25 years. And you still quoting this man's lyrics. That's the body of work that we talking about.
It's lyrics to me on wordplay. Honey, can you bring me up something to drink?
Yeah.
It's millions. Listen, if you just go through the songs on the double CD, I got a story to tell. They still trying to decipher that.
To be honest with you, when I went to Vegas and I seen Fat Burger, I'm like, I gotta go to Fat Burgers, bro. I gotta order what Biggie orders.
Exactly.
With the Welch's grape, my nigga. Like,
sometimes, bro, like Shakespeare, sometimes your work is timeless, bro.
I get that.
There's some dudes that made 15 albums, 20 albums. Too Short got 20 albums.
Really?
Yeah.
Over 20 albums.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Exactly.
Shout out to you too.
Exactly. But you remember
Short and a few independent artists, they got a record for having the most albums in
Yeah.
You remember
Short was like
the
85
two,
early, like he was early with it, right?
You remember the 2 albums that Biggie got. And I guarantee you, if you play them shits right now, there are some songs on there that you're gonna go nuts about.
I feel like every song you're gonna go nuts about.
I feel
it.
the production on Life After Death is still relevant.
And we still questioning Jay-Z. Oh, some people didn't like 444. Da, 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 da. Ain't nobody saying they don't like Ready to Die. It ain't nobody saying they don't like Life After Death.
I know some people.
And even, but listen, they probably said that shit 10, 15 years ago. Right now, is nobody saying Ready to Die is Life After Death is trash. Nobody's saying that. If they are, we automatically, whatever hip hop card, whatever the credit is, we take it. And at the time, I'm gonna be full disclosure. I was like, my wife asked me when Ready to Die came out. I was like, it's okay. Like it's some. This is when I heard it one time. I was like, it's all right.
Yeah.
And you got to sit with it and realize, like, even the joints, I know what girls like. Even them joints is like, after a while, you learn to respect everything for what it is. Do you like that song? I know what girls like.
Not too much.
Do you like it?
It's okay. It's not whack. It's okay.
It's okay. But after a time, it's not like it's trash.
That's how I felt about Juicy when it came out. I was like, it's okay.
And now how you feel about Juicy?
I still think it's a good song, but here's the thing. It's so me at that time when Juicy came out, I was boot camp click heavy. If you wasn't Buckshot or sounded like that,
come follow me.
Yo, Buckshot was the god rapper to me. When he came out and Biggie with Juicy came out, like, that ain't who got the props.
Everybody asked Buckshot too.
Yo, so that's the thing. It came out.
I think it's because of the record that was used to make Juicy.
It was so like bubbly, like you know, and
but he didn't want to do that.
He didn't want to do Juicy. Puffy made him do that. Like Puffy understood the power of radio, bro. That's one thing that you have to understand.
Remember, Pac even said, listen to Biggie's beats. Those ain't East Coast beats.
Yeah.
And I get where Biggie went with that, and I like Biggie. And I'll say this. I think Life After Death was better than Ready to Die. My opinion. Because Ready to Die, I listened to it like, oh, this is cool. It's cool. Life After Death, I'm like, this shit is fire.
I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like Ready to Die has its own.
Ready to Die set the tone for Ready to Die is a
cohesive. That record, it doesn't jump all over the place. It's like I'm giving you Brooklyn. I'm giving you hip hop. All of this shit. You might get a commercial here and then you got the Juicy da. Because when he turned in Ready to Die, Biggie was like, Puffy was like, it ain't ready.
I need a radio record.
I don't have nothing. And that's when he made Juicy.
Big Papa and all of that. That's a remix. The original, remix. The Big Papa.
Ready to Die was a dude that was super in the hood, hungry, a writer.
I'll give you a fun fact.
Go ahead.
Give Papa a fun fact about Ready to Die.
Yeah.
It was actually done in 93.
All right.
Remember when Puff left Andre Harrell in Uptown Records?
He got fired.
He got fired. So once he went and created his own Bad Boy with Clive Davis, it took him time to go and create the whole label. So
All right.
the album kind of sat on the shelf a little bit. He refreshed it a little bit, but just like you said, once he was ready to go into production, it came to the point of being like, oh, I gotta sell records.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where Juicy came in.
Juicy comes in.
Now, I mean, if you see, even in the movie, they're laughing. He's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, he didn't want to do the record.
Now this is a great point to come on with my side of the two albums.
Yep.
Which I sometimes, where people will only look at the body of work as those two albums. I look at his body of work of what he did in between the two albums.
Talking about the freestyles,
so
the mixtapes, and stuff like that.
Collectively, when Biggie did Ready to Die and Puff asked those to do those commercial records, and like you said, he didn't want to do those records. It wasn't his style, but he had to dumb down to sell records. Pop being in his ear and a few other people being like, listen, you could do all of that rap lists, but you got to learn how to sell records.
Pop was put him on the game. He's right.
Once it came down to One More Chance dropping to see how much if he sold of a record and how smooth it is to see how much he sold and how big rise to the fame he got. That's when it clicked in to be like, okay, I think as an MC, I know what I'm going to do with my next album, but it's going to take some building. It's going to take some. I have to go out and go on the road and do it. So he did a lot of mixtape premieres. He actually wrote for C's, Little Kim,
the whole Junior Mafia,
Junior Mafia conspiracy. Help Lance in development with Cameron. You know what I'm saying, and a few other people. A lot of people don't know that, like with the Locks and everybody, like too before his demise. Like there was a lot of work that Biggie put out between 94 and 96 that led up to, how should I say it, to what we hear in Ready to Die today. And even back then, when he passed away, when Ready to Die had just been released, some of the songs were still raw. They didn't sound like cinematic as we hear in the album today. You know what I'm saying? Some of them were actually like straight raw.
Yes.
Choppy sounds and like straight Brooklyn, like Brooklyn, like BCC, like you said, Boot Camp Click. It sounded like that. Puffy is the one that came and made it and turned it into.
Big as an MC, he wanted that. He wanted that MC respect.
Like matter of fact,
I was telling him about the times between 94 and 96 where he developed all the record making from how he had sold from Biggie, from Juicy, Big Papa to One More Chance, to see how the development in that and how he could stay relevant in his lyricism and how to drop a perfect album within those realms. And that's the thing that a lot of things that where sometimes people talk about Biggie's body of work in those two albums, it's like, you know what? It's the inside of the end of Ready to Die to the beginning of Life After Death is what really made the difference of how those albums stand out. It was the journey. Like we come back to the say, like how people didn't understand Eminem. It's how you understand the journey of how we went from A to B. I was there to watch it. You know what I'm saying? I was there to witness it. I worked as an A&R in labels and everything like that. So I was working close with people that was like, we're tied up with Biggie, with and a bunch of other people that I was affiliated to. It wasn't until Big's demise where everything just kind of came collapsing.
Facts. And on that note, y'all got anything y'all want to add before we get out of here?
No, I just feel like Biggie's dope, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all the way around. It's like when you hear Story to Tell, like the record with Bone Thugs. Like once I heard that record, Thugs, I'm like, yo, that's something that you're not expecting Biggie to do.
Where he said the car got told, niggas parked by a hydrant, stupid motherfuckers. That's niggas bleed.
Just like us. Yeah, he's telling the whole story. Yeah,
So I don't want to do, but on YouTube, there's a 9-episode podcast
about
that
Biggie.
Talks about Life After Death album.
What's the name of that podcast?
They featured some of those records.
Yeah. It's dope.
It's really good.
They break everything down. They got C's on there. They got Clark Kent on there.
Yeah, it's worth the watch.
What's the name of the people? What's the name of the podcast?
Life After Death.
Is it Life After Death? Yeah, because who's the whole Angie Martinez. Yeah,
Angie Martinez has hosted it, but there's a bunch of people he brings in. They even bring in the photographer to talk about.
Yeah, the photographer that took all the pictures.
And
basically helping. He was what Big was about to do is sort of like what we hearing what Tupac was about to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like he was building a team around the Junior Mafia. You was about to see a lot of stuff from Biggie. And it's crazy. It's just like, yo, we lost two great artists at the prime of their career. But that album right there, it put like Biggie was like, yo, look, like I'm the fucking,
Yep, that's it.
like I'm the, like, you know what I mean? Like top tier. And all the extra albums that we get, those are the freestyles that they use some of those verses for to make them actually songs. He wasn't like Pac, where Pac was in the studio recording and had mad music. You know what I'm saying? Like Biggie worked on albums.
People in the studio for 12 hours.
Yeah.
And make Ed do everything he couldn't within them 12 hours. He was a machine. Pac was a machine.
He was a machine.
I'm going to promote what they're talking about. This is the podcast, Life After Death with Andrew Martinez. The first episode featuring Fat Joe. It's a podcast on YouTube. I am going to listen to that tomorrow. I'm going to start watching that because I listen to stuff about historical things. I watch a lot of stuff. Like I was watching Vlad interviews today about Biggie, more Tupac murders, conspiracies. I just all day. That's all I listen to. But this is Biggie. I just listened to Biggie's book. I learned so much about Biggie from the book that they just brought out.
What's the name of that book? Because you sent it to us in a group chat. I didn't get a chance to tap in yet.
Unbelievable by the Coca.
Yes,
I have it.
Fantastic book.
Oh my God, I cried.
Fantastic book.
I cried.
That's like that book coming out the same time as Tupac's documentary, which was one of the, I think, probably the best documentary I ever
that Tupac
seen
documentary was so dope
in my life. It gives you chills. The first episode gives you chills when you're watching that Tupac. As it starts talking about Tupac, within 5-10 minutes of that documentary, as it's talking as it's relaying out what's going on, you start to get chills about what happened. But I'm gonna leave it at that. We are already 16 minutes over our normal end time, which we always go over, but now we 16 minutes over. And I'm going to get out of here. We could talk for hours.
Yes, sir.
I really enjoy having Lefty here. I respect his hip-hop knowledge. I appreciate what he brought to the table. He will be back here if he decides to join us again. He will definitely be back. Thank y'all for watching. CLBMG. Make sure you go over to that website. Check it out. Make sure you support.
Every Wednesday right here at 9 o'clock, y'all. Tap in. Spread the word, man. Tell your friends to tell their friends.
9-ish.
And we can be friends.
We'll be on by 9:05.
We can do this every
Wednesday.
All
right, you know what I'm saying? We do every Wednesday.
Derek Hall said Eminem show.
Screwball will definitely be in the building with us.
Our big
up there with Big.
My guy Derek said, I'm sorry, Beanie said, I said Beanie. Beanie said one of the things that set Biggie apart was quality over quantity.
Exactly.
Ace, salute to Ace watching on YouTube. He said another great live.
Thank you, Ace.
Guys. And that's it. The what? Make sure you come back next week.
No doubt.
And we got a lot of clips that have been going out. And I'm going to be triple time this week on the clips. On TikTok, Instagram. People be arguing on them clips. Somebody called us and said some old niggas talk about some shit they don't know about. But you know what? We know what we talk about. And I'm going to catch y'all on that.
ColeonClothing.com. Tap on the website, ColeonClothing.com.